Just testing some stuff here. The Druid form's a lot better now, actually. I changed some of the settings for the Eye Beholder mod. Hey, what's up, Alex? And yeah, actually perspective is a lot nicer now. It's like a perfect camera perspective now. We're gonna do some roguelike runs in a bit, but yeah, I just want to make sure everything's looking good on my Twitch. I'm doing a dual stream right now, so... And last time it was, yeah. I had like a constantly looping stream alert going on. So I think I got that fixed this time. I should be good. But I just want to test a little bit, and then we'll jump into some roguelike runs. The Abyssal Dungeons should be working now as well. And I think my mic is also good here. Let's see. Did I set this up right? Yeah, I think it's good. And now that I got the health bars above the enemies, I can actually get some feedback on these attacks. Some reason a little laggy though. I think the health bar mod is making this lag for me. I'm not sure. And why is there so many NPCs here? Oh man. Let me try and see if I can fix this. I don't think it's from the transforming mod. I think it's from health bars, which is kind of weird. Maximum display range. Maybe I gotta reduce this. Bars must be within this distance to display. Let's try lowering that. Still pretty laggy. It could just be this region also. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a little better out here, so... It could just be this city. It's kind of hard to tell, actually. Hey, what's up, DK? We're gonna get into some roguelike runs soon. I'm just making sure the Twitch restream looks good, and I'm testing some of this little lag I'm having. Let's see if the yeah, let's do this little siege here and see if we can get the lag to happen again here. Because I think it might be related to the health bar mods, which is kind of strange. Hey, what's up, Alex? My PC specs. I got a pretty old laptop, actually. It's like i7 for processor. It's like a 30... Actually, I could probably check real quick. Let me check, actually. I don't know exactly what it was. It's not great, though. Yeah, it's a RTX 3050. So, yeah. Which is okay for Daggerfall, of course. And 11th gen Intel Core i7. 230 gigahertz. As you can tell, I'm very knowledgeable about computer stuff. Does my microphone sound okay to you guys? I'm in a different position this time because I'm using my standing desk, which is nice. When I was streaming yesterday, sitting for like 3 hours, that was kind of painful on my back. Sounds good? Okay, good. Yeah, so there's actually no lag here. I think it's just something with that city. there was a crazy amount of NPCs there, so it could be something with that. I really like this health bar mod, though. I've seen other people use it, and I hadn't used it in a very long time, but I think it looks pretty good. And it's very useful with wild shapes, because you normally don't have any feedback, right? But now I can see the miss. I really love how this druid form looks. My attributes are really bad, though, so we'll probably miss a ton on him. Actually, I could probably fix this real quick. Let's set agility to like 75 just for testing. I think no underscore maybe for this. Yeah. And let's also set our strength to 75. And I actually wonder, since the bear uses hand-to-hand, I don't know if it actually pulls from the skill itself, though. I know for the sake of like material, it'll count as hand-to-hand. And I think it's done that way to bypass some of the invulnerabilities of certain enemies. But does it actually pull from the skill itself when it calculates my chance to hit? I actually don't know that. And let's get a light source going here. How cool does this bear form look, though? I think it might actually pull from my hand-to-hand skill, which is why I would be missing so much. Which is really interesting. I don't know if that's how the mod author wants it to work. It's possible that that's the intention. Alright, we're actually hitting a little bit here. Oh yeah, the dodges. Let me turn off God mode here, see if that changes anything. And Bear actually gets a much bigger health pool, which is cool. You can kind of see... well, actually, I can't see right now, but... yeah, I think the last time I used this, it showed like a buffed modifier here with the blue effect. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is using my hand-to-hand skill, and we can actually test that. Let's trigger God mode for a second, and let's set skill hand-to-hand. Let's try like 95 and see how much better this is. Oh yeah, 100% this is using it. Look at that, wow. That's interesting. I don't know if that was the intention for the mod author, actually. What's up, Kana? Welcome to the stream. Oh, actually, let me turn off the countdown. I think I got that still going on, don't I? Sorry about that, guys. We're not starting soon, and the countdown's gone now. We're just testing out some of this mod here. Nice to see a normal game of Daggerfall. Yeah, I don't really use the visual overhaul mods. I really like the original aesthetic. So, yeah, I tend to keep it with that. I do have a slight difference. I have some vanilla enhanced, but I don't use all vanilla enhanced. Your stuff still on? Oh yeah, thanks, Sandstorm. Yeah, I just realized. Should be good now, right? Oh yeah, where's my chat overlay also? Oh, wait a sec. Let me get my chat overlay going. Span, the 90s dream is good and respect the original style? Yeah, I'd say so. Well, I mean, it depends. Everyone's got their own preference for it. I think Dream looks really good, though. I do. Oh, chat is showing? Oh, cool. Awesome. Nice. Let's see. Yeah, I think everyone's got their own preference with it. I haven't really played that much with Dream, but I like how it looks. I think it captures a bit of like a darker, bit of a grimdark fantasy vibe for people. And there's a lot of good mods that help support Dream as well. But yeah, it's very popular for a reason. It's a really nice visual overhaul mod. It's just that for me personally, I prefer the original aesthetic. I like how this looks. But they're both really nice. You'll check it soon and play on my CRT monitor? Nice. I should pick up a CRT monitor myself. That'd be sick. So I have to tell the mod author of this that it is calculating our hand-to-hand skill when determining if the bear attacks actually connect or not. Which is interesting, because usually the point of a druid is that you bypass needing to build like a martial class by using your wild shapes, right? So the wild shapes kind of act as a way to not need to actually build like a martial. You could build as a caster, and then still with these powerful cooldowns that of course cost mana, you can actually engage in like melee combat pretty well. I don't know if I showed you guys the spider last time, but yeah, the spider can freely climb these vertical things. I like crunchy graphics. I think the texture overhauls are better now since you can overhaul everything. Kind of looked wonky when it was just a few things upgraded. Yeah, that's cool. I've only really played around with vanilla enhanced. I think I did try Dream for like one afternoon. But yeah. CRT on retro mode is the way. Yeah, I should fool around a little bit more with retro mode. I'm just so used to the way that it looks because I played it this way for so long. But yeah, I really should give that another try. So now that I have my hand-to-hand up, yeah, look how much damage I do. And if I set skill hand-to-hand to like, let's try 15. And if I spawn, we're probably never going to hit. Yeah. So it's definitely calculating the hand-to-hand skill, which I don't think's intended. Low-res dungeons, monsters, except the mod author's favorite skelly boy, high-res. These mods have been crazy recently. Have y'all seen Astrid's Necromancy? I've not seen that. Is that a new one? I know in the past there was a Necromancy mod, but if there's a new Necromancy mod, that's awesome. I'll have to check that out for sure. And then if we set skill hand-to-hand back to like 95, we're gonna like one-shot this guy. Yeah. Alright, so it's definitely working that way. I'm gonna send this to the mod author to let him know. 640 by 480 on CRT is crispy and crazy, and you will have a high refresh rate. Yeah, that's interesting. Someone else was telling me to try the 640, and in the stream actually the other day, and they were mentioning that it's going to look a lot better. Actually, I want to ask you guys, if I move to this, does that change anything for the stream for you guys? Does it still look okay? It actually looks pretty similar to me, honestly. Looks fine? Okay. I actually can't, like, tell a huge difference between this. Yeah, that's like a very slight difference to me. Astrid's Necromancy. I gotta check that out. I thought there was another Necromancy mod from a long time ago. It doesn't look right. What res are you playing in? You know, I'm actually not sure. Here's aspect ratio correction, which is off. I don't have any post-process. I like some post-processing on. Try it with posterization. Do you go full for that? Oh, there's also palletization. Let me try this and see what it looks like. My monitor is 1080. Post-process full. Would you then also change this mode when you have posterization on, or does it not matter? Oh, wow. Okay, now it looks a lot different. Wait a second. Oh, man, this looks super different. Now I feel like I'm in an 80s movie. This is kind of sick. Wow, this brings me back. Now I feel like I'm playing on DOSBox again or something. It's by far the best necromancy mod. You have to turn it on. Oh, okay, yeah. Is it a new mod though, or is it an older one? Irony that it takes more GPU to do low res due to the way modern screens work. Oh yeah? Yeah. It's interesting. I really should play around with some of these some more. If I did this, does the posterization do anything or no? It's kind of hard to tell. Is that only for like the 640 mode? Came out yesterday. Oh man, that's cool. I feel like every single week there's just like multiple mods coming out that I feel like I have to showcase because they're just so good. And yeah, new necromancy mod. Off the top of your head, do you know if it lets you do summons? Do you get like full multiple summons where you can kind of create a mini army, or is it more like language skills overhaul where you pacify and then have them join you? Post-processing is turned on for any mods that do post-processing. I don't think there are any other mods other than the 640, 480 mode. Oh, okay, interesting. I see. Turning it off is just a performance mode. Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, I actually never really fooled around too much with the effects here on the Unity options. There's a ton here, though. And, yeah, I wonder if I could find maybe on like Reddit or something if someone posted like their setup and then I could try out a few different options. I do like the way I have it, but I feel like I'm just so used to it. I always played this way as soon as I fired up Unity, so I think that's mostly why I like it. If I spend some more time with other options, I might like those more. Cool thing about being a druid now is you can completely bypass your climbing skill and head up any surface like this. And then even directly from any form, you can transform to another one, which is cool. It looks so nice. I really like this mod. Really fun. Really helps with the druid fantasy. It's kind of hard to click on things, though, but this is kind of normal for Eye of the Beholder, in my opinion, where you have to be a little bit closer than you think. It works off a corpse system. You need a corpse to summon anything. Oh, nice. That sounds sick already. You should try 640, 480 during the daytime. I think also the blur is a post-processing effect. Gotcha. Okay, let's rest for a bit then. What time is it here? All right. Some summons count more to your total limits, so you can have a bunch of skeletons or like 2 lich. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that reminds me of another game system. I think it was an ARPG. It might even be like Path of Exile, actually. Yeah, like having different summons be worth more towards the summon count. Like the weakest skeletons might only be worth 1, and you can have like a total of 7, let's say, but a lich is worth like 3. I really like that system. That's really cool. Oh man, now I have another mod I have to try. I can't believe how cool the mods have been this year already. Arguably, the game should turn it on as soon as you select a post-processing effect. It's kind of confusing how it works. Yeah, I had no idea, actually. Let me just kill these enemies so we can rest and try it in the daytime. Necromancy, skeleton summoning, druid shapeshifting. In this game will be Diablo 2. Yeah. This druid one just came out of nowhere. And yeah, druids are one of my favorites, so it's really cool for me, but I like necromancy too, so I'm definitely gonna have to try that out. All right, let's try this now. So I can go into this, put on 640 with this posterization effect. Yeah, this does look really cool. I can kind of understand now when I see this setup why a lot of people take this and then get some cool visual overhaul mods that I've seen, because yeah, you can really capture some cool aesthetics with this. I feel like a lot of people these days are going for like that 1980s kind of like retro fantasy look, dark fantasy, something like those movies with like the puppet creatures and stuff. But I guess you kind of need Dream for that, right, and stuff. But yeah, this does look pretty good though. I actually like this. Kind of want to see what it looks like on my stream here. Yeah, looks good. There's palletization too. Yeah, let's look at that as well. Do you guys usually keep the original graphics, or do you guys have visual overhaul mods as well, usually? Oh, you could just do it for the sky also. That's interesting. Or is that minus sky? That might be minus sky, right? Yeah, that's without the sky. Okay. This also looks good, actually. The 640 by 380 is already a palletization. Gotcha. That's better for dark fantasy? Yeah, I think so too. I feel like that's the specific aesthetic a lot of people are going for these days with Daggerfall. Seems pretty popular. And this just minuses the sky, right? So then I would have the normal dynamic skies look, I guess. It does look a little different still. I guess that's just in general the 640 mode. Yeah. It's a little hard for me to tell here. Let me... I think I like posterization a little bit better. Okay, now I can see the difference with the skies when I'm going back and forth. Yeah, that makes a big difference. I kind of like having dynamic skies not be changed with it. It's kind of nice, actually. I think turning off sky is because some focus mods make the sky look blurry because they are closer to you than the ground. The way it's rendered is kind of odd. Gotcha. Yeah, I kind of want to fly out for a second and just... It still looks a little different than me, even with it off for the sky. But I'm guessing that's just how the 640p or 640 mode works. I guess so, yeah. It still looks really good, though. I'm actually wondering, do you think this would, like, reduce lag? Because I feel like it might be. Oh, look at this. We got a dragonling just flying around here. It doesn't help it's raining? Yeah, that's true. We can change that real quick. Set weather to the daytime here. It does for you? I feel like it is for me also. I'm always going to get the texture loading lag right now just because I have my distant terrain setting to only 2, which means that once I get in range, it kind of pops in. So that's always caused a little lag for me. It's kind of weird. If I go distant terrain 4, I won't get those like mini freezes, but travel options runs really poorly when I do that. So, especially in certain locations like Dragontail Mountains or Rothgarian Mountains or something like that. This does look nice. Which one do you guys prefer, you think? My original setup or this 640? Man, this bear form is so much fun. I was just writing like a ton of different ideas in my notepad for the Druid playthrough. And I think I'm going to try to start recording for it this week. I like it, only problem is that low-res distant things might be sacrificed for the YouTube bitrate gods, but for most of Daggerfall gameplay, it's going to look awesomely retro. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I'm unsure. I like them both, actually. I think part of why I like my original setup is just because I'm so used to it. I have hundreds of hours in Daggerfall with it, so I just like... I don't know. I'm so used to how that looks, but this does look really good, I think, too. It might look better with bilinear filter off. Interesting. Is that here in the settings as well? New setup looks cool. Yeah, I think it actually is pretty cool. I like this. And welcome in Green Man and Rod. Hope you guys are doing well. I think yeah, we'll try a dungeon out also with this. What did you say again? It was a bilinear filter off. Oh, there's also a quality. Darkens creases and holes. Do you guys fool around with any of these settings too much or not really? There's also a color boost option, which is kind of cool. That could be interesting as well. Yeah, I'm going to have to play around with these settings a little bit more. There's actually so many options that I didn't even bother looking at back in the day. Some bloom looks good in dungeons. Let's head to a dungeon, actually. Yeah, let's do that. I'm just going to reveal the locations on the map here. Yeah, this is cool. It's actually really long overdue that I check out some of these like graphic settings, and also it's good timing because I just finished up a playthrough for the channel and then we'll start a new one. So if I find a look I really like, we'll go with that for the entire playthrough, I think. You're not well and may not survive. Oh, I got sick or something. Let me see. Yeah, let's just toggle God mode actually so we don't die. Actually, does it even work that way? Let me just create a quick cure spell. Cure disease. Yeah. And cure poison. And let me save also, just so I don't have to redo this. Alright, we're good now, so let's just try out one of these dungeons then. Ambient occlusion adds shadows to corners, which is a real effect. It makes things look like they aren't floating, but is always proc, so it can look a little wonky, hence the sliders. Gotcha, okay. Yeah, this is interesting. When I would see footage of people using like this appearance, I always just assumed this was a mod. I actually thought this was some kind of filter for one of the mods, actually. Look at how fast some of this backpedaling is on some of these enemies. I don't know what causes... I think actually what causes this is killer instincts, but the backpedaling is hilarious on some of them. Yeah, okay, let's take a look at what this is like in a dungeon then. Because I actually think it does look good. Wait, did you just turn to a bear? Yes, sir. We got a new druid class mod here. You can see there's a couple different shapeshift forms. We got bear, spider, rat, bat, and fish. And there's even some human form spells that are kind of druidy, like Entangle. And this one's really cool, Spore Bloom. You create these little mushrooms that release some toxic damage here. This looks like the promo screenshots from when it first released. That's cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, let's see what the dungeon actually looks like then. Oh my god, this is peak. It really is. I love druids, so it's like the perfect mod for me. It really just released. I think it actually came out... Officially, it came out yesterday, I think. Yeah, this does look good in dungeons. I think it looks actually even better in dungeons than outside. Oh, this is interesting. If I fool around with some of the effects here, we could... let's try out Bloom a little bit. Let's just see what that looks like. The light sources look really good with Bloom, that's for sure. Oh, I have the mod on. I have the roguelike mod on. I can't go into my form here. All right, if that's the case, we'll just check out what it looks like visually. Why can't real life be more like Daggerfall? That's what I'm saying. How's it going, 7? Shpan, didn't you say you always play a bear druid if you get a chance? Some mod maker might be watching your vids. Yeah, it's actually one of my favorite for any kind of RPG. I generally play druids. And yeah, I've been talking to the mod author for a bit about it. We've been talking about this mod on Discord, so I was testing it actually before he released it. But yeah, I was doing some testing to find some bugs, but it's really well made. There really are not... basically all the bugs that he did have, he's cleaned up by now. And the full release is out now. And yeah, it just works great. You do need to have Eye Beholder with it. It uses that mod partially to give you those third-person views. But yeah. Yeah, this does look really good, right? I like the light sources. I think it looks a little bit better with the bloom on. Let me try turning it off. And yeah, you can kind of see, actually, there. It's so minor, too, that I quite like that, actually. I'm going to keep that on. What else could I try in dungeon to make this look nicer? Bloom just fools with light? Yeah. Yeah, I like how it looks for these torches. Will you use fish skin with Iliac Puddle no more? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what's so cool. The fish skin now, I mean, the timing is perfect with all these underwater mods coming out as well. But the fish skin is also really just good in dungeons where you have underwater sections that could be dangerous. You swim really fast, you can breathe underwater. And it's kind of hard for enemies to follow you when you're in that form, so it's kind of nice for that. We did an MTA-like mod for Daggerfall. Servers with mod support, probably impossible. What's MTA? Random bears and tigers in your attic? Yeah, I can't believe how good it feels, honestly. This is like a brilliant mod. Increasing ambient occlusion may make the darker areas easier to read. Gotcha, let's try that out then. Should I touch any of this stuff, you think, or just... Oh, this is kind of interesting. I don't know if I like this better. The wall is a little... Let me try and compare. Oh, actually, it's so minor. It's hard for me to notice, to be honest. I need to look at the corners. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, good call. Yeah, you really could see a difference then? Oh, yeah, I like the outlines like this, actually. Oh, that's interesting how it really shows up the closer you get there. But even further, you can see the outline on these corners and edges like this. Have you played one in Tabletop RPG? It's fun in those with so many forms to take usually. Yeah, that'd be cool. I actually have not played like an actual tabletop session with anyone, but I would like to try it someday. I don't really have a friend group that does that, but yeah, it would be cool. I'm sure I'd enjoy it. I mean, I enjoy reading fantasy and stuff like that, so I'm sure tabletop would be a cool thing for me. Will you try swimming using fish skin and the iliac... Oh yeah, I think I read that. Yeah, let me get to a... Let me tell you to exit here. And I could go to like an underwater or water area. Let's turn fast flying off and let's go to the shore here. Do I have Iliac Puddle? I might not have it activated right now because I was testing stuff. I gotta check actually. If it's not activated, I could go to a dungeon and still show you though. So let's see. Let's do like fast flying 200 or something. I think I do have it activated. Okay. Wow, the water looks a little crazy in this mode, but all right. Wow, the underwater is really crazy looking too. Posterization looks a bit too extreme. Yeah, I think especially for this underwater it does. It's also kind of laggy right now. But yeah, I can show you the fish skin here. It'll look a lot better if I can take this effect off, actually. Let's, yeah, now you can kind of see it. So yeah, you can just breathe underwater. You're pretty fast. You have your own attacks like this. I can still attack him. But yeah, it works just like how swimming works, except you got this third-person controls. You could also... Well, actually, for the fish, you can't really get a 360 view. But yeah, and you can see the purple timer up there is going to wear off in a second. And then I'll transform back to my human form, so it doesn't just last permanently. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's really nice. Like, catch up on chat here. You can play with more settings, but they're more subjective. Yeah. I plan to actually do that. Probably after the stream, I'm going to go through some settings here and take a look. Wow, look at the skyline right now. This looks crazy. Posterization looks a bit too extreme. Yeah. Glorious 256 color. Yeah. These skies look amazing right now. That's awesome. Yeah, it really is cool. And I think this is going to be all the forms we get, but they all have their own unique utility, which is what I really like about it. And they all sort of bypass some skill that could be useful in a build, which is what I always thought was cool about druids and RPGs. They have that kind of versatility. That's a big part of the class fantasy. And these wild shape forms really help you capture that versatility. Each form here has a different sort of characteristic. Like the rat skin, it turns you into a rat, which you might think, that might not be that useful. But the rat is friendly with all other rats, which is cool, which means you can get them to follow you. And the rat is extremely stealthy. It's super hard for enemies to see you when you're in your rat form. And it also locates treasures in dungeons for you, so it's got a lot of cool utility as well. And then spider we showed was for climbing. And then bat skin as well, I can show you real quick. This is another cool one. It basically replaces your levitate. You get to fly like this. You get a slow pace, but it's really, really nice. So in a dungeon, if you need to levitate down or slow fall, you can rely on your form to do that. The fish still senses an imposter? Yeah. Yeah, you can't fool the fishes. I think the only animal form that actually pacifies other animals of the same type is the rats, I think is the only one. But yeah, nice sound effects too. Like, it's just, I don't know. The mod is perfect right now. And then when it wears off, you just revert back. Wait, the bloom looks amazing with dynamic skies. Is that why it looks different right now? That actually is why it looks different. That's a great call. I did not even think about that. But that's exactly what's happening, right? I was wondering, man, I've not seen a skyline like this. Which does happen to me sometimes. Sometimes I do see completely unique ones, but yeah, this bloom is crazy on this right now. I wonder if other effects could be cool then, even in my original settings. Applies noise to reduce large-scale patterns like color banding. I think these wouldn't be too useful. Do you think this ambient occlusion also is working outside of the retro? It probably is then, right? I can look at a corner maybe. Probably would have to go indoors for that, perhaps. In the playthrough, will you have them already or have to hunt these spells down? I was actually just thinking about this the other day because I'm making this next playthrough a little bit shorter than the pirate playthrough. And actually, let's head to a tavern real quick. And because of that, I was thinking, and I'm kind of used to this from other RPG games like Neverwinter Nights, but it's pretty common in those games to have like a recommended starting level for modules. So if a module is like a campaign, right? And it might say like suggested level is 6 to 8 for starting. And I was thinking I could apply that logic to Daggerfall depending on like the role-playing goals I'm going for and how I want to set it up. But I could start this druid playthrough at like level 6 to level 10 potentially. I would already have my shapeshift forms and some spells. And it would be designed that way partially for like storytelling reasons also, because the context of the story for the Druid playthrough is going to be that we're summoned by the Marin Knights to defend Ikelan, which is one of the... I can actually show you. Ikelan is this region here, and it's kind of has like a history of a lot of like desecrated temples, crypts, and a lot of undead enemies. So we're going to spend the entire playthrough in this one region, defending it with a couple different goals. So I was kind of thinking that I might go like a level 10 druid to even start, and then we'd already have the wild shapes and some other stuff. It's on, I can see it at the bottom of the buildings. Oh, nice. Yeah, actually we could even test it, right? I can just quickly... Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is such a... I like this a lot. It's such a simple option too, and it just cleans up these edges and these corners. I think it looks good. And the bloom looks nice too. I kind of want to test some other skies with this bloom. Let's hang out here for a little bit and see how the sky changes with the bloom effect on, even at night. But yeah, I haven't actually decided exactly how the Druid playthrough is going to start, but I'm like heavily considering starting at level 10. Maybe anti-aliasation? Let's see. Oh, anti-alias? Yeah, anti-aliasing. So there's different methods here. Not sure what these ones mean. And then fast mode and sharpness. Yeah, the bloom is noticeable on any of these like distant light sources like this. That's crazy. It's kind of insane that dynamic skies can look even better. It's like to me, it's like the perfect sky mod. You almost just can't beat it for my personal tastes. With bloom on, check the building windows at night. From indoors or outdoors? Oh, with bloom on. I have it on, right? Or, oh, yeah, good call. You're right. There is a difference. That means if I let it go really late, it's going to look really nice, right? Let's go to actual nighttime. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, this looks so much better. Oh, man, I feel like all the hundreds of hours I've been playing Daggerfall and not trying out these effects, the windows look amazing like this. It'd be cool if some of them were turned off, like the NPCs are sleeping in there or something, and some of them were turned on. Or like the taverns were only turned on sometimes. That could be kind of cool also. But that's me nitpicking. It looks great. I wonder if like a moon effect. Well, the moons don't really shine that much in Daggerfall. I don't think they would be affected by anything. Yeah, it's a cool scenario. Not everything has to be 0 to hero long campaign. Yeah, for sure. I really like the idea of actually setting your level like that. I even did that in the pirate playthrough, but I think I only started at level 3, if I remember correctly. I think I was starting at level 3 just so I wasn't like doing the really basic stuff, and so we had some foundation, but yeah. 640 by 400 with no posturization looks better. Let's check that out. Okay, oh yeah, turning this off. Yeah, okay. And then going for this. Yeah, this looks nice too. Yeah, I like them both. I don't know. They're both good. I really like the bloom for these windows, though. That's nice. Have you ever thought about making some Daggerfall Unity mods myself? I would love to if I had the knowledge and the skills. It's something I've thought about trying to learn. And there is some things I've done, but it's just very minor. And I'm actually doing something for the Druid playthrough. That's my own mod. But I don't want to spoil it. And it's not even really a mod. I'm actually just editing some stuff in the files. But it is kind of cool how there's some options. You don't even need like complete modding experience to do some things in this game. Most things, of course, you need actual modding skills to do, but there are some things you could do without it. But yeah, I don't want to spoil that yet. It'll be cool when you see it in the first episode, or the second episode. Might not see it in the first episode, but yeah. What is this bard doing? See if I can pacify her. Nope. Bloom on a foggy day is going to be freaking awesome. We could actually test it right now. Let's bring in the fog. Is that 1 or 2? Let's see. Cloudy. I think fog is probably 2. Oh, it's 3. Yeah, this does look nice already. Let me fast fly up a little higher. Wow, it's actually really noticeable how much my vision's like dimmed with this fog. You need post-processing on. Let's see. I feel like all these look good. And I feel like it would just kind of depend on the vibe I was going for in like a playthrough. I don't know if I could just stick with one. This is crazy looking though. The fog should be stronger in the daytime. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me go rest, actually. We'll rest at this inn here. This seems like a really fun game to make mods for. Maybe I should actually play first. Yeah. It is really fun. It's both really fun to play, and I would bet it's fun to make mods for, because the way that modding works in this game, also, man, these interiors look really good with this post-processing effect. I like the interiors a lot better than the exterior with this post-process on, honestly. It's very clean. But yeah, I'd imagine it's really fun to make mods for this game because you basically can do anything you want. It's just an open playground for role-playing. Daggerfall, that's what I love about it. I got stuck. Let's just do fast flying 15 to get out of that. Okay, yeah, let's rest and check out what it looks like in the daytime. I would love to learn how to mod, though. I wouldn't even know where to start. Though I wouldn't be surprised if someone's done tutorials on it for even Daggerfall. Oh, this bloom's kind of strong indoors. But that also might be partially because of my Unity settings. When I was doing the roguelike mode, the thing is, you can't bring your own light source because you get stripped of all your equipment. And because of that, I turned the interior lighting on a lot. Like, I really ramped it up just so I could see when I was doing the roguelike mode. But that does make the bloom a little stronger. What time is it now? It's okay. Let's do another, like, 3 hours, I guess. And yeah, let's try some fog here. It does look good. It does look good. I mean, everything looks good, man. I should do a poll, I guess, maybe. Maybe I'll take some screenshots and do a poll on the channel. And everyone could decide if they want like this more retro style for the next playthrough. Or if they prefer the original settings I had. This bard is still chasing me? Yeah. Alright, she's gonna get the bear form now. Or the bat form. Forgot I had that on my last hotkey. One build I've been thinking about is the tank build, like actual tank. You basically are hindered in movement, but use summoning to represent troops and enchanted arrows for shells. That's pretty sick. Some kind of commander or captain. Oh, or an actual tank. An actual tank. Use summoning to represent troops and enchanted arrows for shells. Okay, I got you. I had to double read that. That does sound pretty sick. How are you going to get a tank, like, visually represented in Daggerfall? Is there a mod or something? that bloom, yeah, the bloom is pretty insane indoors. Could you set the res to normal? Yeah, let's do that. Fog is definitely noticeably different with the default settings that I had before. I still think this looks good though, personally. Posterization looks too much like a Photoshop. That was not me banning you, by the way. That was YouTube. That was YouTube's like auto moderator thing, and I couldn't actually see your message fully. Yeah, try typing again, Jimmy. See if you're. I don't want you to be banned or anything. But yeah, I think this looks good on normal settings as well. I despise your kind, just go away. Wow. But with the bloom on, if I check it with normal settings, yeah, the bloom is pretty strong outdoors, but I think it looks really nice as well. Oh, I can see a dragon out there. So I guess the Dragon Rider mod maybe did add these dragonlings just flying. Because I've been noticing them now, and I did not notice them before. Oh, maybe when you have the dragon, it just hangs out outside the city? That makes more sense. Yeah, that's definitely what happens. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'll probably just get some heavy armor dyed with green. Gotcha. Yeah, I guess since it's first person, doesn't really matter like that. There is, by the way, you were mentioning, represented troops and enchanted arrows for shells. There is also a crossbow mod that could maybe help you get that look if you do want to have something represented on screen. And there's a couple different looking crossbows, and one of them might have a look that fits what you're going for. And bloom can be a bit strong, but you can always reduce the intensity. Yeah, let's try that actually. I think the only issue is, oh yeah, so it's right here. Okay, cool. Anyone know what threshold means for bloom? Okay, diffusion, that makes sense. I could go a little lower on this as well. Bloom fast mode. Yeah, this looks good. Still have like a decent amount of bloom, but it's not too overpowering. The funny thing is, I like the high bloom at night, and then like a softer bloom during the daytime. But yeah, there's probably no way to set like a dynamic setting like that, depending on the time of day. That'd be pretty cool, but yeah. This looks good though. Man, I should have tried this out a lot earlier. See, this is why the live streams are amazing. You guys can help me out with all this stuff, and we could chat about it. Make some decisions for future playthroughs as well. I think the high res will play better with YouTube. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. I think the low res with like visual overhaul mods, I think people like that a lot as well. I've seen some videos with that aesthetic do pretty well as well. But yeah, this is a little bit cleaner probably for like a broader audience, I'd say. Threshold is how bright something has to be to glow. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Where intensity is how much the bloom is added to effects. That makes sense. Gotcha. So, yeah. So I wonder if that would then... Actually, I want to test real quick. If I get off this and... whoops, I'm in fast flying right now. Let me turn that off. If I had like a torch, would my own torch get that bloom effect? I guess it would, right? We have to go to nighttime, I think. Actually, if I just do cloudy, it might work as well. Or like thunder. Nah, I need to wait till nighttime, actually. Let's loiter a little bit. Interesting, thanks for the recommendation. I wonder, is there any ally recruitment and command mod, something like a company of soldiers? There is a mod that, although not exactly necessarily representing that vibe, but there is a mod called Language Skills Overhaul, which does let you recruit enemies into joining you. So you can pacify them and then recruit them. They'll follow you and they'll fight with you. You can talk to them even. You can have them trade with you and some other stuff. But yeah, I think also for that mod, what you could do, you could also use console commands to help you with that. You could, like, every session, you can spawn the soldiers you want, and then set your personality to, like, 100, and then, like, your streetwise or your etiquette to 100 as well. And then, yeah, then you can start every play session with your army all set. Honestly, keep it how you want. You'll never please everyone. Yeah, I think I like them both. I'll have to do a little bit more testing. I think for dungeons specifically, I like the retro mode better, but I think for outdoors, I like this original setup I had a little bit better. But I like them both better with some bloom like this, which looks good. Yeah, so it's interesting. They're both nice, though. Anything on screen will bloom if it's above the threshold. Gotcha, yeah. Just started raining here, and it's raining your game. Cozy? Nice. Yeah, it was storming last night. Actually, right after I got off stream yesterday, a crazy thunderstorm hit my area. But yeah, Daggerfall is an extremely cozy game. I like Bloom. It's got a dreamy look to it. Some people hate it because it became the thing during the mid-2000s. Yeah, I like it a lot, actually, right now. It's really nice for these, like, residential houses and these villages and cities. And I think it looks good in dungeons as well. And as long as I control the intensity to not be too crazy in the daytime, I think the sun also looks good with Bloom, and dynamic skies in general. As long as it isn't chromatic aberration, can't stand that. Is that a setting on this? That mod is fun. Your pirate playthrough got me installed. It was fun going to a bandit camp and leaving with 3 friends. Yeah, absolutely. It's actually Language Skills Overhaul. It's one of my favorites, and it's still kind of one of the only mods that really can get you set up a companion system. You know, set up a group of adventurers to travel together, which is a huge part of RPGs for a lot of people. So I got a lot of comments throughout the years where people were like, you know, how do I get companions? Are there any companion mods? You should cover companion mods. And I'm just like, yeah, there actually aren't that many for Daggerfall. I think it's hard to do for a couple of reasons. And even like the restrictions that Language Skills Overhaul has are really like cleverly dealing with the issues, I guess, with having companions in this game. But yeah, I do wish there were some more companion mod options and ways to set up like proper traveling groups. If I had like a group of adventurers with me, I would have access to a lot more role-playing ideas and concepts that I could try to do. It's just as good as Language Skills Overhaul is, and it is an incredible mod. It's one of my favorites. It doesn't quite give you that group of adventurers or Fellowship of the Ring vibe, if that's what people are going for. I always wanted the ability to have your own bandit gang and use a clear dungeon as a hideout in Elder Scrolls games. And Daggerfall seems the most compatible with the idea. Yeah, something like that would just be amazing. And the role-playing options would be, so huge. And it's kind of a bit frustrating that you would have to set it up like every session if you wanted to do that. You'd have to set up Language Skills Overhaul, take out, spawn the enemies you want to spawn, try to get lucky in converting them, and then also get them to follow you. And then they can still disappear sometimes just from traveling, though that is kind of rare. And I think that's more like an issue with my mod list rather than the actual mod. But yeah, it still has some issues. Have you tried motion blur? I did not try motion blur. Let's see. Will I notice this just walking around? Oh yeah, I definitely will. Oh man, that's crazy. I don't know if that's for me. That actually is a cool effect, though. Let me fly with that real quick, actually, just out of curiosity. Oh, man, this is insane. Yeah, I don't think this is for me, but actually pretty cool. I don't like bloom in competitive games because it takes a moment that could be critical for your eyes to adjust. Maybe I just have a skill issue. Yeah, I don't know if I really have noticed it too much in competitive games, or like the option to even turn it off. I don't really play too many like PvP games. I have over the years, of course, but these days not too much. I like it that the companions follow you instead of standing around like in vanilla. Yeah, it is really nice that they actually follow you. I mean, that's probably one of the best parts about it, I feel like, is the fact that you can actually fully recruit them and then go fight together with them. And even my pirate playthrough, when I had the first follower, she managed to stay alive with me for like 3 episodes, I think, so it was kind of nice. But, am I still being attacked? Yeah, I am. Let me kill this thing. Oh, I'm spelling it wrong. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I would just love for someone to actually be able to build a mod that lets like proper companions be set up, but I know it's really not easy, and that's why it hasn't been done. Anyone remember that old Daggerfall multiplayer project? I feel like it could have a decent implementation. Yeah, I think it's still around in some form. At least that's what I heard on like Reddit. I don't know if anyone's like actively working on it, but I do think it's still around somewhere. I've never tried it myself though, but I've had a lot of viewers mention it to me. I've had some of you guys talk about streaming it with some people, which could be fun. I would be down for that. But yeah, it's not on Nexus or anything, right? I don't think it's like online in that way, but maybe it is. I'm not sure. Imagine co-op Daggerfall with like 2 or 3 friends. Yeah, it would be amazing. That would be so much fun. And that would be getting that group of friendly adventurers without having to have a mod actually do it. And it would be real people. Could be on like Discord together or something, just chatting it up, finding good drops for each other. It would be so much fun. Have you played any of the Stalker games? The A-Life system is really cool. NPCs walk around the game following their own objectives, getting into fights, etc. I have not played any of the Stalker games, actually. I didn't even know they were like open world games like that. Is it a sci-fi RPG? Do you mostly play Daggerfall? For the channel, I mostly play Daggerfall, but I play a lot of other games as well. I just don't usually cover it on the channel. I do sometimes when I'm really just in the mood to make a video. Sometimes I'll make videos more for myself, just because I want to like close the book on a game or as a way to like celebrate the game that I enjoyed. But if I cover something that's not Daggerfall, it tends not to do too well on the channel, so I don't do it often, but I do sometimes. But in my own time, I play a lot of Neverwinter Nights still. Neverwinter Nights is I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite RPG, but it's probably in my like top 2. And that's a game I still play pretty regularly. I'm actually thinking about doing my first... I mean, I've covered Neverwinter Nights on the channel before, but I just did like a broad talk about the game. And the video did pretty well. I think you guys liked that one. But I was thinking about doing a Let's Play of a module I've been enjoying on Neverwinter Nights. I'm not sure if you guys would be interested in that or that, but I'm considering it. But yeah, mostly for the channel, I do Daggerfall, but I do play other games. But mostly retro RPGs, for sure. There is that remake of Hang 'em High in Halo. Reach one side of the map is shaded and the other is illuminated, and the bloom on that map gets me killed. Oh, gotcha. That does make sense. Yeah, that's kind of a unfair advantage for that side, blinding the enemies. If you play Stalker the original trilogy, prepare for jank. Stalker 2 is more accessible. I'm usually okay with jank. Jank doesn't bother me too much, unless it's super buggy. But I've played a lot of janky games, and sometimes I like jank mechanics, for lack of a better word. Because I find that games from older eras, there was less of an accepted norm for how to design mechanics, how to design movement, how to design combat. And so you get some really unique entries and unique titles out there where no one really did what they did again. And yeah, so I kind of like games like that sometimes. Stalker in certain mod packs feels like an MMO. Interesting. Yeah, I've heard of the series. I don't know too much about it, though. But it lacks some features of the older games, but I think people forget what the original games were like without mods. Interesting, yeah. They're amazing games if you can get over the shooting mechanics. Is it a first-person shooter or a third-person shooter? I started Stalker with a mod pack called Anomaly. I then switched to Gamma, but I played the OG games and I love it. Are they kind of like a narrative-focused RPG, or is it more like a sandbox type of style game? It's sci-fi inspired by Roadside Picnic. It's zone-based. Anomaly/Gamma are really popular there on YouTube. They combine the maps from the three OG games. Oh, that's kind of cool. We were just talking about that yesterday with the Might and Magic series doing that. They combine all 3 games then, huh? Or just all the maps from these all 3 OG games? That's interesting. Does it include the stories from the original games, or is it just the map is being put into it? Call of the Pripyat is playable, but unmodded. Shadow of Chernobyl is borderline unplayable. Interesting. Yeah, I guess it's not that uncommon, I guess, with older games to require like some kind of unofficial patch mod to fix an insane amount of bugs. I had a question for you guys here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this area in Daggerfall, but I was just thinking about the other day, and it's such a weird thing. Someone had mentioned it to me in the comments, and I realized I didn't really know... Oh, it is there. Never mind. I must have not had this toggled on, that's why. But I didn't think the port of Daggerfall had an actual marker on the world map, but it does. Never mind. I'm writing a novel for some time about I don't even know how to say that word. Napoleonic. Like Napoleonic era post-fantasy and apocalypse inspired by Stalker. That sounds sick. Have you written other books, Ninja? That's kind of cool if you're an author. Stalker 2 doesn't have a good A-Life system. Modded original games do. You can check out Anomaly/Gamma for free. The devs let the modders release it for free. Oh, that's very cool. It has a custom story. Oh, interesting. The game is mainly about joining factions and surviving. Okay. Oh, Sandstorm. I actually just picked up the original Deus Ex. You guys might have noticed I did a video recently on Ghost in the Shell PS1 game that I was enjoying, and it really just put me in like a cyberpunk sci-fi mood. So I just picked up the first Deus Ex because people love that game. I hear such great things about it, but I haven't tried it yet. I actually did just try the tutorial where you go through the training grounds, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah. Did you like it, Sandstorm? I wish these lighthouses could be entered. I'd love to see what was inside. It would be cool. But these lighthouses are amazing from World of Daggerfall project. I was also looking for a mod in this game that would let me turn any building or any structure that could be entered, like any interior location, or I guess they're called cells, right? Any cell into a player home. And there actually are 2 mods that try to do something similar. It's not exactly what I was looking for, but I would love to make like a lighthouse my home in a certain playthrough. Or the windmill. I was also thinking, how cool would it be to have the windmill as your player home? I love that SquidKamer actually made these interiors. I feel like they look great. And we don't get a lot of like round interiors in Daggerfall, which kind of makes sense, but I would like to see more like big vertical structures with animations like this one has. I could see like guard towers being able to be similar in this way. But yeah, it looks really nice. And will make a sick player home. OG Deus Ex is dense. Dense like narratively. That lighthouse looks so amazing. Yeah, I really love these lighthouses. And the windmills too. They're probably like 2 of my favorite structures added to the world with mods. Having a sense of movement in your cities like this is just really nice. when I first downloaded the windmill, I actually didn't even download it at first because I just thought, you know, how much could a windmill really add to the game? And it does add a lot, actually. And I didn't realize the interiors were so nice. But it would be cool if I could find a mod that would let me turn it into a player home. Now, I have not written and finished any books yet, but I do a lot of world building. Nice. Probably one of the best games ever made, objectively. That's sick. Yeah, I'm actually excited. I picked it up on sale on GOG. And I didn't pick up the other ones, though. I know people... I forgot which one, but there's another one that people like a lot as well. It might be... I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but... yeah, I think there's 2 Deus Ex games that people really like. And then the other ones are kind of vary from okay to not great, is what I heard. You can beat a level in, like, an infinite amount of ways. Your freedom is crazy. That's sick. Is it kind of mission-focused, then? Or is it slightly, like, open? Hope World of Daggerfall gets more added because it looks so good and fit the game so well. Would be great to have more landmarks scattered around the world that are of that quality. Yeah, I hope so, too. There's a couple mods I'm waiting for updates on. I don't mean to say that to be, like, ungrateful for what they already gave us, but just that I would love to see updates for. And World of Daggerfall project is, of course, one of them, but also one of them that has not been updated in a while that I really would love to see more stuff for is Decorator mod. Decorator mod lets you decorate your player homes and your ships. And, oh, I don't have a ship on this character I can't show you. But it hasn't had any new decorations added, I think, since, like, I don't know when it was, like 2022 maybe. So it's been a very long time. But, I mean, it adds so much already. Paintings, fireplaces, animals even, pets that you could have. Very cool stuff. Hey, what's up, Bang? Yes, I did, actually. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me, actually. Yeah, I was able to actually fix it. I should be... Am I not live on Twitch? I might not be live. Oh, no, I think I forgot to... All right, the Twitch should be live now. And it should be fixed. Crossing my fingers. Because I felt so bad doing that to you guys yesterday. With the infinite looping of that hilarious alert box. But yeah, Bang, it should be working now, actually. It should be up. You know, part of the issue was I had OBS. And it's kind of funny. I should have realized this was silly. But I had OBS... capturing my desktop audio, not the actual Daggerfall Unity audio. So when it played on my laptop, the sound came out. OBS picked up on the sound, played it back, which then picked it up again, played it back, created that infinite loop that you guys were hearing on stream yesterday. But yes, what I did was I turned the audio to be just on Daggerfall Unity, and then I actually just removed all those chat alerts for Twitch. It's not worth the trouble for me right now, but I will fix it and actually make them related to Daggerfall at some point, I think. The sequel to Mankind Divided is good, but it got butchered because they wanted to turn it into 2 games, and the first didn't sell as well because of that, so the next one never got made. Gotcha. Yeah, what was the sequel to Mankind Divided is good. Yeah, what was that called again? I forgot the name. It's like Human something, maybe? I have it in German, but not online. I write and do art traditionally, and it's less fantasy. It's more body horror kind of thing. Think about Dishonored. Nice. Oh, I didn't realize you were German, Ninja. Because your English is excellent. Me and Ninja have been chatting a little bit about his new mod that he's been working on for the Druid. It's narratively linear. You play... it's narratively linear, you play missions in order, but the missions are all open and kind of sandbox. Gotcha. Yeah, I've played games with that kind of design. I like that design, actually. Especially for more narratively focused games, I think it works really well. But yeah, I like when RPGs like that still have, like, the downtime outside of missions. It's not like a strict mission segment sort of gameplay loop. And you can do things like talk to, you know, friendly NPCs or whatever else. Modding communities are so nice for retro games. On new games, the forums get heated. Oh yeah, do they? Really? I'm really not on forums too much. I guess I'm on the Daggerfall Unity subreddit a lot, and the Discord, but I don't really chat too much in those. But yeah, I do think everyone I've interacted with in Daggerfall modding scene has been awesome. So awesome. And yeah, I managed to become friendly with some mod authors that are really cool. Glad you're able to fix it. I'll be over there by YouTube chat. Yeah. Yeah, it should be up now. Actually, it's kind of funny. I didn't even have the Twitch up until you said that, though. I didn't even realize I didn't start it. I'm using some kind of widget for OBS to activate it separately, so I kind of have to press it separately. I forgot to do that when I fired up the stream today. But thank you, Bang. The skills in augmentation systems are amazing. I feel like in any cyberpunk game, you got to get the vibe of the augments correctly. Like all kind of like cybernetic enhancements. Like I feel like you could be so creative and so cool with that yeah, if a game can capture that well, it's really cool. You thought your English was lacking? Nah, not at all. I find there's a lot of German fans for some of these older Western RPGs. There's another German friend of mine that is a huge fan of the Realms of Arcania series. I know Dark Eye in general was very popular in Germany. The Deus Ex series is an immersive sim. So kind of similar to the Might and Magic, what's that game called? Oh, I can't, it's like a spin-off of the Might and Magic series. Dark Messiah, I think it's called. Might and Magic Dark Messiah. I played that game. I thought that was pretty fun. It was really loose on the RPG mechanics, of course, and it's nothing like the mainline Might and Magic games. But it was an immersive sim, and you could do some really cool stuff with the magic system in that game. Let me catch up on chat here, my bad. I got the second monitor set up here. Let's see, the Deus Ex series is an immersive sim. Ultima is the first immersive sim, but Deus Ex was a game that cemented it as a genre. System Shock was the immersive sim, but the genre wasn't nailed yet. I've been meaning to play the System Shock games as well. I know they recently got some kind of remake. But yeah. As in Deus Ex, people were still debating it, if it was its own genre. Interesting. Stories about roots that appear and bloom into zones where trauma and memory rewrite the physical rules, and these roots filled with trauma and memory infect others. Yeah, I'm definitely getting the body horror vibes there. Syndicate Wars is a good retro cyberpunk as well. Interesting. I don't know if I heard of that game before. Syndicate Wars. Is that a RPG as well, or is it just more of like a action adventure game? I want to check real quick, guys. I'm just going to make sure my Twitch is actually set up correctly here. I just want to take a look at it and see if it looks all right. Because I just went live on it, and I actually haven't actually checked the dashboard here to see if it's running okay. All right, it says I'm live. Yeah, it looks okay, I think. Yeah, looks all right. Nice. I don't know how to get the actual Twitch chat connected to this setup for you guys. Yeah. And also, I feel like my chat overlay is working, but it kind of fades out. Is that how? Yeah, it's fading everyone's comments. I kind of want to change that as well real quick. I don't know if I can do that while I'm live or not. Crusader Kings 3 has a bunch of overhaul mods, and people freak out at the mod authors when the game gets updates and breaks it all. Oh, I see. That used to happen with Skyrim too a lot. But it wasn't because mods were coming out, it was because the game was updating, so that's kind of different, I think, actually. But I do remember in Skyrim, like, I'd have a mod list, and then the game would get some random update or something, and I don't know, it would, like, break some of the mods. But I guess that probably could happen with mods in general. But, yeah. I'll never complain about anything a mod author does. They, it's, you know, it's just like one of those really generous type of projects. I don't know. They don't really make money from it, most of them, and they're sharing it with the community, so yeah. System Shock remake is a very faithful remake. It's still System Shock with a modern sheen. That's pretty cool. That's rare to see, I feel like. You don't get a lot of these remakes actually capturing the magic of the original, I feel like. Syndicate Wars is a squad-based RTS in an urban setting. Oh, that's cool. RTS is one of those genres I don't play often, but I tend to like the ones I have played. I wanted to show my novel and idea to others, but I don't know where to start. Maybe something like the fantasy Reddit, or the fantasy subreddit, I should say. They basically all talk. They're like a bunch of fantasy book reading fans. Sometimes the fantasy subreddit also has like gaming and other stuff and movies, but it's really focused on books. And I think I've seen other people share their book ideas before, or like links to what they're working on, but I guess you'd have to be comfortable sharing that with the public when you're ready, I guess, but that could be an option. Yeah, the chat yesterday wasn't disappearing. I had it like, now it's fading. I can see on OBS. That's kind of weird. I don't know if I like that. I want to fix that real quick. How do I fix that? I think it's a Streamlabs setting. I dread this site right now. Let me head back into Streamlabs and see if I can fix that. Hopefully I'm signed in so I don't have to take too much time doing this. All right, let's go to chat box. Show. Okay, oh, I see it here, I think. So I don't want it to fade away. Let's see if I can find that option. Show their platform icon. Hide common chatbots. Oh, no, that's not that. The chat appears to be showing before you seem to respond to it, not counting you not reading it. Like there's a delay to your speech compared to the overlay. Yeah. I mean, there is a little bit of a delay, I think, anyway, but I feel like I'm behind on chat. My bad. Bethesda patches have a habit of breaking its own games, much less the mods. Yeah. Yeah, I remember like the whole craziness with the special edition and the anniversary edition. That was a headache for modders, I'm sure. Would love to play Crusader Kings, but those grand strategy games take so long to get into. Yeah, me too. I like the idea of them so much, but I just haven't actually like sunk my teeth into one of them yet. But I feel like conceptually and like just concept-wise, I'm sure I would love it. Let me try and fix this real quick. Let's copy this. I'm going to turn off the chat overlay for a second here, and then I'm going to redo this. And we'll see if that did anything. Another mod addition I'll give my mod is actually a Commune with Nature spell, which spawns a flower which you can talk to. It guides you through messages as a companion, like Kinnereth talks to you. Oh, that's sick. And I add another spell which can spawn plants. You can now heal the land and transform corpses to plants. What? And give you a percentage to reach how much the land has healed. So the flower could tell you how much work you have left in your region. That is crazy. That's so sick. Is that already added, or is that just something you're thinking about doing? It's like 30 seconds of delay. Yeah. I don't even think I'm going to type real quick and I'm going to test this. Yeah, I don't even think chat overlay, I can refresh it. Flower, mark my map for me. Actually, kind of a sick. The idea of it also, what's it called? Transforming corpses into plants. That's really cool. Oh, I have to save the settings. My bad. Okay, let me save this. I think I I might have... oh, no, I see. Okay, okay. I think I got this. Wait a second. How do I... let me find this. I'm so shocked at how difficult this stuff is for me. All the streaming stuff. At least, though, I don't have the... At least I do not have the alert that's constantly... Are you in the middle of a run for the roguelike mod? No, not yet. We're actually just... We were going over some... Oh, I couldn't even see your comment before. Sorry, Bang. I don't know if you just typed that, but I have, like, my second monitor up, and your comment was just underneath my little stool thing here. But no, we're not in the middle of a roguelike run yet. But yeah, we're going to do that in a little bit. I'm just going to see if I can fix this chat overlay. I'll give it like 5 more minutes. If I can't figure it out, then we'll jump into some roguelike mod runs real quick. Hey, what's up, Cooper? Or Copper, I should say. How's it going? So I think with this YouTube dashboard thing, I think I'm on the wrong account. I actually have like 2 Streamlabs accounts. One is for the Twitch side for some reason, because I couldn't find a way to combine them. I think I have to go to shared access or integrations, maybe. This is so confusing for me. I have to Google the Streamlabs, YouTube, sign in. It's so weird. The overlay comes up, but I don't know why it doesn't stick around. I don't know why it doesn't stay. Very strange. I don't have the skill to make a full druid guild yet, but a flower companion should be just right with something to do on the side. Yeah, that's a great compromise. I mean, I'm sure making a guild is extremely difficult. Same spell plants a seed. If you wait 3 hours, a random nature sprite appears, so you can decorate your playworld. Nice. The chat seems to be more in sync with your voice now. Maybe the old turn it off and on again must have fixed the delay. Yeah, maybe it did, but I want to stay permanently... I don't want the chat to like fade so quickly. So I don't know why that's happening. It didn't happen yesterday. Chat notifications. Trigger threshold. Message settings. Oh, I see. Okay. I think I found it. Wait a second. We might have got it, guys. I think I may have fixed it here. If this works, we'll go right into some roguelike runs. But, yeah, by the way, guys, actually, as well, I'm going to type this in the chat. But if you guys prefer Twitch, you can follow me on Twitch as well with Shpan_. And I am streaming there as well now. And everything should be good now on both sides. All right, I think it's not fading away. Sweet. I think we got it. Yeah, it looks like on OBS I could see it's still there. Yeah, it looks good. Nice. All right, let's get into this roguelike. Which class? I'll let you guys choose whatever class you want to see. But yeah, I do want to... I'm watching on both, and both look great. Nice. I appreciate that. Yeah, I need all the support I can get on Twitch right now. All my viewers come from my YouTube, of course. This Twitch account is actually very old, but I basically did like speedruns back then, a very, very long time ago. But I was not like a consistent streamer at all. So I do appreciate all the follows on Twitch, if you guys have an account for that as well. Assassin or Nightblade? All right, let's start with Assassin. I'm going to choose level 10. You know, actually, I was just like just before the stream started up, I was trying to get this Abyss to work. These Abyssal dungeons, I really want to check these out. But I can't actually get it to work. So we're going to try Dungeons of Daggerfall, because this actually has some custom dungeons designed by SquidKamer. So we'll try those out, and yeah. Hey, what's up? You caught the stream? How's it going? Hey, how can I pronounce your name? Fiffinger? Is that right? I want to get your name correctly. Yeah, we can do a Nightblade after the Assassin. Alright, I'm kind of not familiar with Assassin too much. I don't know if I ever even played this pre-made class. We got Critical Strike, Backstab, and Stealth. Kind of interesting that the Assassin doesn't have a single weapon skill in primary. Short Blade, Long Blade, and Blunt. Interesting. Axe Archery, Lockpicking, Pickpocket, Climbing, and Dodging. They actually have pretty good skills, the Assassin, actually. Health is not terrible for level 10. Not the best, though. The spellbook, we got Stamina. Surprised it even has a spell. Let's check out the advantages. Bonus to hit humanoid. That makes a lot of sense for Assassin. Can't use any shields and can only use leather armor. Alright. That's not too bad, I feel like. At least we have some... Oh, did I have this still on? Yeah, I did. Okay, let's turn that off. Do you guys like the floating health bars? Or do you prefer not having any kind of visual indicator of health and all that stuff? Either's fine. Most people use hard G, but I think I originally intended a soft one. Fiffinger. Alright, I'll remember that. So we can't use any chain, but we're still going to pick this stuff up just because there are shopkeepers hidden throughout the roguelike mode dungeons. But actually our stealth is honestly pretty good, and because we're restricted from using chain or plate anyway, our stealth's going to be even better. So if we crouch and we stealth, there's a chance we could sneak up on some people. Even like this guy right now is not hearing me. Now he does. I shouldn't have run. Once we pick up a better dagger or some kind of better short blade, we're going to be in a good position, I feel like. But yeah, I'm trying out the health bars for the first time today. Partly because it's really important for the druid forms. You actually get some feedback. Otherwise, you don't really get feedback. Yeah, we're going to still take everything. Oh, a steel mace actually is pretty good for us. Let's grab that. And we can't use any of these. Just don't expect to get backstab from the get-go. The main use of stealth is to reduce the distance from which aggro can spot you, allowing 1v1. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I feel like stealth is not that bad of a skill in Daggerfall. I know it just doesn't really function the way that people tend to think it should function in other RPGs, so it doesn't feel as strong, but at higher levels, it's actually pretty good, I feel like. Not a big fan of the health bars. It'd be cool if there was a mod that showed how injured an enemy was on their paper doll. Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be really sick. You could have like 2 different effects or 3 different effects. Like high health percentage, medium health percentage, and low health percentage, and then it changes based on that. That would be really cool. Yeah, I'm kind of mixed on the health bars. I don't mind them. I really like them when I'm in my druid form, but they're also pretty... I don't know. I guess I could probably change the settings so they're not so in my face or something. I don't know. But there are some settings for it. I could probably take a look at that. I feel like Assassin... Oh, this is leather. Nice. I feel like Assassin's probably pretty strong. And we also got probably the best race you could get for Assassin with the red guard. The health bars are a bit big in my estimation. Yeah, I think so too. I probably could change that real quick. Okay, this one does have options in the game. That's cool. Let's see here. We got maximum display range. I also had to reduce this. I think it was a little laggy when I had this before. Maximum display angle. Bars will display up to this angle from your view direction. Near distance clamp. Bar's apparent viewport size will not approach larger than this distance. Oh, here we go. Bar width and bar height. Let's just reduce these. And we'll see what that looks like. Oh, hey, my dungeon loot mod's actually working again. That's sick. That broke, I swear that broke like half a year ago, and then I never fixed it for some reason. Alright, that's it. I'm playing Daggerfall tonight. That's what I like to hear. Let's go. The health bars are really tiny like this. Oh yeah, this guy can't be hit by steel. Yeah, that's one of the goals of my channel. I try to get as many people as I can into this game. Health bar's kind of small. Let me see if I can adjust that again. We are getting some spells here, but I'm guessing with my low spell points... Yeah, we rolled a 46 on int for this roguelike mode here. I don't think we'll be able to cast any... Well, we actually can cast stamina. That's actually kind of cool. We have just enough spell points. Takes up our entire pool there, but we can actually cast something. Let me adjust this one more time. Let's do... let's try that. Wider but not higher? Yeah, I think that... Let's try this, and then I'll reduce the height again if it looks a little too big here. Your channel did introduce me to it? Nice. Yeah, that makes me really happy. I'm always so happy when people try this game for the first time because of one of my videos. That was one of the goals of the channel for sure. And yeah, that's also partly why I still do mod showcase videos. It's partly a way for me to give back to the community and to all the mod authors that put in all the work. But also, I feel like Daggerfall is one of those games where even just a few mods can really elevate the experience for people. And I feel like those that don't like Daggerfall, some of them at least, just haven't found the right mods for them. Alright, let's backtrack a little bit here. It's actually nice that we got a steel material. We'll have to come back and kill some of these imps that are... Not imps. Ooh, our lockpicking also came in clutch there. I'm actually building a mod for this game while listening to the stream in the background. Nice. What's up, Vox? What mod are you working on, if you don't mind sharing it with us? I feel like this game can really appeal to anyone at this point. Yeah, I think so too. I feel like we have the tools at this point to basically build this however you like. That is one of the qualities of Elder Scrolls games that I feel like a lot of people love in general. And it's kind of shared throughout most of them. Though they have a lot of differences, of course, but just that there's such active modding scenes that you can really build this game to play the way you like it. I was just mentioning that to someone else in one of my comments section that I think clearly doesn't like Daggerfall that much. But yeah, I was able to talk to him a little bit about some mod options to fix some of the issues he had with it. And oh man, did you guys just see that? Was that an ebony dagger? Or ebony short sword, even better? Alright, I think we win this one. That's insane. I think that's the best drop I've ever seen in this roguelike mode. An ebony dagger like that? That's just crazy. Or short sword, I should say. Wow, now I could go back and kill these, whatever they are, gremlins or something. But actually, let's just keep going forward for now. The Elder Scrolls 6 is never coming out anyway? Yeah, it does feel like that, doesn't it? We'll see that in 2031, I'm sure. Wow, what is my lockpicking skill? Because I'm hitting every single lockpick here. It's only 22, but it's so successful here. That's weird. Let me catch up on chat here. Like, you can just play this like a business trading sim. Yeah, that was actually the plan. If the Nomad Merchant playthrough had won, I was going to go all in on the economy mods and just try and set up some kind of... Yeah, I have no idea why my dungeon loot mod is working now. I didn't even change anything, but that's really cool to see. But yeah, that was the goal for the Nomad Merchant playthrough. All right, whenever you guys see this, you got to go with the dash, crouch, and jump. Yeah, there we go. Double perk point Skyrim mod made me love the game. Oh, that's interesting. Why doesn't it look ebony on the screen, though? Yeah, there's something... Yeah, Fivinger, there's something wrong with my diverse weapons mod. So it kind of looks like the iron one again. I'm not sure why that issue... I have to reinstall that mod, I think. But it basically had the same issue that my dungeon loot mod had, where just suddenly I couldn't get it to work. For the dungeon loot mod, all I did was lower it in the mod list, so I could try that also with diverse weapons, but I think at this point I should probably just reinstall the mod and see if it fixes it. But yeah, I noticed that a few months ago. Wow, even these that's so cool. Try to loot that thing and there's actually a skeleton inside. I have not seen that before. But yeah, something definitely off on my diverse weapons mod, unfortunately, because that's a really cool looking mod. If you guys don't have that one, it's awesome. It changes the appearances both in your actual setup here and then also on screen. I can't believe we got an ebony drop though, that's crazy. That was a nightmare to deal with in OG. Yeah. Asher's Guide to Vampirism. It's a complete overhaul of vampire gameplay with a humanity system. I just released one for Necromancy 2 days ago. Oh, sick. That was you? Someone was just telling me about this in the chat today, that there was a new Necromancy mod. That's so awesome. Yeah, I plan to try this out. And I really like... I actually haven't even looked at it, but just someone in the chat had mentioned it to me. And I like how you decided to go with that system of different summonings counting for a different like point system on your summon maximum amount. Yeah, I think that works really well. But yeah, I'm gonna try that actually after the stream tonight. I think I plan to give that a little install and a little try, because I think a long time ago there was a different necromancy mod that I didn't play around with too much. What's his enemy? Oh, this enemy is called a scamp. Okay. And yeah, I didn't play around with that one too much back then. But I think that was the only, like, well-known necromancy mod before you released this one. Decently high luck stat. What's our luck at? Yeah, not bad, actually. Ooh, we got a water section. Oh, this is my nightmare. If we had rolled Argonian, we'd be sitting pretty here, but there is another place we could explore first. Actually, a couple places. There's a locked door down there and then something else up here. But... And we're actually probably too heavy to even float right now. Yeah, let's try to find a shopkeeper. And then we'll come back to here. We can sell all of our stuff so we don't lose it all. Let's kick this door down. Oh, this is a cool looking section here. I recognize this dungeon block here a little bit. I've seen this a few times. All right, I gotta catch up on chat again. I'm so bad at reading chat and play, and I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I pause, read the chat, play, pause, read the chat. It's one thing when you have an unintended mechanic due to a quirk of how the game works, but it's another thing to think I'll use it to progress in dungeons, but not actually tell anyone. It's one thing to... What's that for? Is that something I did in this run here? I had to go AFK. Too bad I don't know German. Good luck with your book, though. Sounds cool. Yeah, it does sound cool. Oh, jump crouch. Gotcha. Yeah, okay, good point. Yeah. It's one thing when you have an unintended mechanic due to a quirk of the game, but not, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of, I remember running into that in the beginning and just thinking it was like a window that you can't pass. So I just, try to find a way around, and then eventually realized, oh yeah, you actually can get through this. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. So Astrid's Guide to Vampirism. It's a complete overhaul of vampire gameplay with a humanity system. That's so cool. Yeah, I also used vampire options, I think, originally. Oh yeah, we're definitely carrying way too much to actually float. But Ebony is just too good right now. Yeah, the one thing I liked about vampire options, I really liked how you could change that really crazy face that you get in the original vanilla version. That's just like, it was so intense. Oh, we got some mud crabs. Mud crabs, I think, are not actually part of vanilla Daggerfall. I think it's just from the Daggerfall enemy expansion, if I remember correctly. Yeah, our swimming is so bad with this much inventory weight. I think I'll try to find a shopkeeper before we do any swimming. Shpan, I think there was an app that puts the chat near the center of your screen just for you to make it easier to respond to. I have no idea what it's called. Yeah, I think there is a couple different widgets I could use to make that easier for me. Right now, the solution I'm doing is I just have both the Twitch chat and I have the YouTube chat like popped out on my second monitor. But my second monitor is like underneath my standing desk. Yeah, that's what I got. That's the jank setup I got going on right now. Oh, we got a mummy? Oh, that guy chunked me. Wow, he's got deceptive range. Oh my, that was crazy. Wow. Anyone know off the top of your heads which spell effect the mummy was hitting me with? That sounded like paralyzed, potentially? Pawns? Wow, I was actually feeling good about that assassin run, too. That was a good... We actually had really good luck with the ebony dagger, or ebony short sword. All right, what's the next class, guys? What are we going with? Let's also... I don't know if this Dungeons of Daggerfall toggle is actually working. The Abyss one I know for sure wasn't working, but I might try it again just to see if we can, I don't know, figure something out. But when I tried the Abyss option, it like spawned me in the middle of the dungeon or something. Hey, what's up, Eno? Oh my god, I was not expecting this. Yeah. That was that mummy actually chunked me twice. I did a pretty bad job of dodging right there though also. Nightblade? Okay, let's go with Nightblade. And I want to see these. Maybe if I go medium, because I know a lot of the Dungeons of Daggerfall dungeons are kind of like smaller in size. Maybe it'll trigger one. For some reason, I'm not seeing... when I was testing before the stream, I wasn't really having them show up, but let's try it one more time. We'll go Nightblade this time. I just finished a feature that lets you put off your hood to avoid sunlight damage, but it suppresses your vampire attributes and skills while in sunlight. Nice. Yeah, I was thinking that something like that, some kind of a solution to the constant sun damage would be a really nice thing in any kind of vampire overhaul mod, just because it's pretty restrictive in Daggerfall. Because taking any damage also means you can't travel, so it's pretty intense drawback. Mortis, poison, I think. Oh yeah, is it poison? That actually makes a lot more sense than paralyzed for mummies. So yeah. So poison for mummies makes sense. We spawned underwater. You got with a locked door. You gotta be kidding me. And we're level 2. That's crazy. There's no way. That's so funny. It does not unlock. Oh, man. And it doesn't want to open. Oh, that's a hilarious start. I wonder what point of interest is all the way under the water like that. That must be where quest items could spawn. That's probably why. That was the best run yet. Yeah, that was good. That's going right on the YouTube channel. Epic Nightblade roguelike run. You're not going to believe this. All right, let's try Nightblade one more time. I'm looking at your Necromancy mod right now. Looks rad. Yeah, I'm going to check that out right after this stream, actually. I can't believe what awesome mods we've had recently for, like, specifically for capturing certain class fantasies. Got the Druid one coming out. There was a lot of cool content added that supports, like, pirate playthroughs recently. Now we got the Necromancy stuff. Now we got the Vampire stuff. It's sick. Do you think you get the run into a short, or would it be too long? I think that one is actually, yeah, that one's definitely short enough. I think these days, actually, YouTube lets you do up to 3 minutes, actually. So shorts can be 3 minutes now. All right, we got the Nightblade again, and this time we're not in water. We got a Dark Elf, which is pretty good for our passives. Nightblade's got Illusion, Stealth, and Dodging. That's a pretty cool set of primary skills. Short Blade only in the major. Lockpicking is not too bad, actually, in this roguelike mode, weirdly enough, because you can sometimes get trapped like I did underwater there. And some other magic skills, Alteration and Destruction. We start with Chameleon, really not a great spell, but I guess when your primary is Illusion, you're always going to start with Chameleon for the roguelike mode. And history, we got Forbidden from most shields. We can use a Buckler. Can only use leather. And oh, I didn't realize that the Nightblade had increased magery. That's a great... We kind of rolled low a little on int, though, so we only got 85. 85 is actually not terrible. All right, this could be good. Yeah, now that dungeon loot is working, all these coffins, like, look how cool this is. Look how the model changes here. You got a closed one, and then it's slightly peeked open. Like, this is so cool. I've disturbed the undead. Now we got a spawn, probably. Maybe. Oh, yeah, End of the Spirit. We're going to run from that. And I immediately find the exit. You gotta be kidding me. What did we... we spawned in just a normal crypt here. That's kind of weird. I guess that can happen, though. If you get a small dungeon, you can get a crypt. Hey, we did it. Wow, looks like a ton of new mods have been coming out. Yeah, it's been an insane past few months. I mean, this whole year has been insane for Daggerfall modding. Do you think you could get... Oh, yeah, they've run to a short, yeah. The fish's final meal, yeah. He was eating pretty good there. All right, let's try Nightblade again. But this time, let's actually make sure we don't have dungeon any size. Yeah, if you roll small, you could definitely get like a tiny crypt like that. Let's at least go to large. And we'll choose Nightblade again. And let's go like level 10 or something so we can actually cast stuff. Let me catch up on chat. In for a dead droth upon the door. Yeah, I didn't actually realize that dungeon loot could spawn enemies like that when you sometimes open up like a coffin or something. That's really cool. I did not know about that. At some point, YouTube Shorts will become YouTube Longs, then we'll have come full circle. Yeah, I think it kind of recently went to 3 minutes. 3 minutes is already pretty long. I've had some videos that are just like 5.5 minutes, so it's basically a video at that point. Modders really think of everything? Yeah, they do. Doing the dungeon speed runs here. Yeah. Yeah, I think every single small dungeon size is probably a crypt or graveyard, right? I don't know if it's any like actual proper dungeon that's Oh, we spawn right by the shopkeeper. All right, let's just make a note of what they have. We can't afford anything yet. Potion of Invisibility is pretty good. An Enchanted War Axe and Enchanted Armbands. Holy Word Spell and Hand of Sleep. This isn't too crazy for a shopkeeper, honestly. But Potion of Invisibility could be good. The Jade could be good. All right, We'll come back and buy those enchanted items. I disturbed the dead again. You think I'd learn my lesson? And I got paralyzed. This is amazing. Wait, maybe I could pacify him? Come on, we got 2 more attempts. Oh man, we actually pacified him with 1 hit left. I'm using all of my luck on these roguelike modes. I'm going to get destroyed in the next permadeath playthrough. Hey, what's up, Monkey Dance? Lucky with the item spawn to look like something someone might wear. Ghost diplomacy. Let's see if he'll actually follow me. Nah. But actually now we can safely wait for this paralyzed to disappear. Man, this dungeon has those nymphs in it. I gotta get a mod to actually get rid of those nymphs because they have some inappropriate clothing for YouTube. I think this ghost is gonna kill this. Look how long this paralyze is lasting. You can see on the bottom left, if some of you guys don't know, that little like light blue looking cloud, that's a status effect. It means I'm paralyzed right now. When it starts blinking, that means it's almost yeah, so right now it's blinking. It's gonna disappear soon, then I can move again. Yeah, I think the ghost is gonna kill that nymph pretty easily. All right, we actually lived that. It's pretty cool. And steel dagger's pretty good. And a leather helm, nice. All right, so we're already past the iron issue that you start off with in this run. Let's try and heal. That ghost will defend us, so we can hang out here. And maybe we can get some backstabs in. The mummy just one-shot the ghost. We're out of here. Man, I'm getting some crazy dungeon spawns today. Oh, there's so many nymphs. I don't know if it's okay for YouTube. I tend to edit them out. I haven't always done that, though. I haven't had any issues with it, but there's a mod that changes nymph design to give them flower clothes, but for some reason it only works half the time. Oh, man. Oh, that's awesome to know. Thank you. I'm definitely going to try that out. They're fighting? Such luck, yeah. I gotta get that mod. I don't know if it's really actually a problem anyway, but yeah, it might be. Nymphs should only spawn... Well, I guess they could spawn any level, really, but they're definitely a lower-ish level enemy. Yeah, I didn't realize there was a mod to cover them up, because there is a mod for... Or it's not even a mod, actually. It's just a Unity setting that lets you get rid of the game's like NPC nudity, which is pretty useful for streamers and content creators. And then, of course, there's a player nudity toggle as well, which is good. All right, let's try to rest before we die here. One thing that's always hard for me to get used to whenever I do these roguelike runs is just how slow my base speed is. Even though 56 is not that bad, I'm so used to playing at around like 70. Just because speed is so ridiculously strong in Daggerfall that, yeah. I tend to get it on almost every character. Though I try not to go too high because then it gets kind of, well, a little bit overpowered at some point, but, yeah. These premium classes, though, it's like you feel really slow moving around with these guys. All right, let's not look at her. Hey, we got the bat on our side. That's good. We'll let him fight something, and we'll try to rest. Oh yeah, someone was asking the other day if there's any wolves in this game, and yeah, there are some with the Daggerfall enemy expansion mod, though. Alright, we'll help our dog friend out here. Oh, this is kind of cool though. The health bar mod turns their health green because they're friendly allies now, so that's kind of nice. I didn't notice that before. Oh, he doesn't want to join us. I guess there might be a secret door here, no? The wolf sees something. One sec, I just want to check, Yeah, I'm just going to take a look at the Twitch stream one more time real quick. Just want to make sure it's all okay. Because it's a little bit weird to be dual streaming like this. I just feel like it would be more taxing on my laptop, but I guess it's not that bad. For anyone in Twitch, I don't have that many of you guys there, but is there any sort of like frame dropping or anything like that you're seeing? I think it looks okay. Actually, I think my chat might be bugged out here, actually. One sec. Nope, things are fine here, though I'm on mobile, so there might be things I don't notice, okay? Yeah, it does look okay. My OBS says, it says 30 FPS, though, for Twitch specifically, which I think is okay for Daggerfall, but, yeah, I don't know, that's weird. I think on YouTube I'm on 60 FPS, though. I could be wrong about that. How can I check this? I heard the streamer say dual streaming is like performing at a theater, but the two halves of the audience is separated by a wall. Yeah, it's actually kind of a shame. If I could figure out a way to get both of the chats represented on screen at the same time, then it wouldn't feel too bad, I think. But, yeah, I don't know how to do that right now. I'm kind of surprised at how challenging some of the stream stuff is. I'm learning a lot, though, slowly. It'll keep getting better as I do more of these. But yeah, it's kind of surprising. I also like randomly freeze my chat when it's popped out. I'm not sure why. Let me pull that back up. Okay. All right, we should be good now. Yeah, I love how the dungeon loot mod, though, adds, like, anything that looks like it could be looted, like even this thing, you can attempt to loot it in dungeons, and it's so cool. And I'm so happy it's working again. I have no idea how I fixed that. And the way that the flats actually change like that, sick. I think I remember someone doing that, not sure how, though. Yeah, I've definitely seen it before as well. There's definitely some overlays, or I'm sure Streamlabs has like a widget that will do it for you. But I have a really weird situation where my Streamlabs is like separated in 2 accounts for some reason with my Twitch and my YouTube, so I think I set myself up for a weird situation. Shpan, if you're open for suggestions for future Let's Plays, check Slasher's Keep. The gameplay is quite close to what you're doing right now. Slasher's Keep, is that a RPG game or something? Slasher's Keep. I don't think I've heard of that before. How come the entrance is showing? Is that... Am I crazy? For some reason, the entrance is revealed to me right now. I don't have God mode on, right? No, I definitely don't have God mode on, so... Can you loot the dungeon itself? This was a joke, but actually being able to clear a dungeon and make it your own fortress sounds cool. I retract my irony. That would be sick. Man, could you imagine being able to flag like any interior you want in the game into a player home? I would love that. Personally, I'd go for the windmills. I'd turn those windmills into my player home. But yeah, making a dungeon your player home, that'd be sick too. But yeah, I'm always down to see more, you know, or try more Let's Play stuff if I am really enjoying a game like that. But I never heard of Slasher's Keep, I don't think. There's also the first game by the Devil Spire Falls guy. Devil Spire's, it's just a dungeon crawler roguelike-ish game. Yeah, I actually just picked up Devil Spire Falls because I've been getting so many awesome recommendations from you guys. I know like everyone's loving that, and I feel like it's the perfect... Once I looked at it actually on the page online, I was like, wow, this is so much like Daggerfall. And I've heard it's even better in some ways for some people, so I'm excited to try it out. If I really love it, I may cover it on the channel. No guarantee, of course, though, but yeah, I picked it up just because everyone's telling me I had to try it. Yeah, for some reason, though, the entrance is already spoiled to me. Let me load up the file. This one's probably going to die anyway soon. We need a bat weapon to bat bats. Oh, that'd be sick. That'd be so satisfying. Let's go back to our druid test here real quick. I think I probably have reveal locations on, and that might be affecting the dungeons. Let me see if I go to map, reveal locations. So, yeah, undiscovered locations have been temporarily revealed. So if I press it again, does it go away? It does not. Yeah, I thought it was a different command than the one in Dungeons, but I was able to see it. Let me test something real quick then. It's a first-person dungeon crawling, classic-ish roguelike. Nice. Yeah, I've not heard of this Slasher's Keep. Do you know if it's on GOG? Let me just go random here, and then we're going to see if the entrance is revealed to me again. I looked up Devil Spire Falls, freaking Skinwalkers as a race, and they completely changed the playstyle. Sold. Yeah, I just heard there's so much cool stuff like that. Like great build variety and like role-playing options like that. I didn't even bother firing it up yet because I just kind of want to keep it to myself, you know. And I've been working on a lot of Daggerfall stuff, but when I have some more free time, I'm definitely going to try that game out. But yeah, not on stream right away. I kind of want to enjoy it on my own first. We got a Nightblade again. Hey, look at the chances of that. And level 10. And we know all this now. What kind of stats did we get here? We got pretty good agility, which is good. Speed's decent. We have a lot more spell points now. That's nice, too. All right, we got the Nightblade anyway. And this time, the entrance is not being shown to me. That's good. You know what's really funny? Someone mentioned on one of my roguelike videos, and I never even paid attention to this, like, in all of my hundreds of hours of playing Daggerfall, this little icon right here, the red is me, and the green is showing me the direction of the exit. Like, this is such a game changer, and I had no idea this was... I don't even know if I took a look at this right here, or even knew what it was, for like hundreds of hours. But what it's basically saying is that from my direction, like northeast, I guess, is the direction of the exit, which is pretty useful. All right, we got some leather helms. That's good. Yeah, that's the block map. Yeah, that's what someone said to me. I had no idea that was a thing. I disturbed the dead again. All right. At this point, I deserve this. It's like the third time I spawned that guy. Oh yeah, it definitely looks like toxic damage for sure. All right, we'll let them be distracted with each other. Yeah, the block map is pretty cool. I had no idea. Is it basically telling me... Oh, interesting. So the green disappears now, so... Yeah, it's still a little bit hard for me to completely understand what it's trying to tell me here. But I guess this is like representing the block that I'm in. And I guess I'm in the northeast section of it or something. With this iron material, we might be better off going hand to hand against a rat like this. Each block is a prop gen section. Some hardcore players can see the whole dungeon with it. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, I've heard other people mentioning that to me. You know, when you have that much experience with the game, you can kind of understand each block based on like a little information like that. But yeah. So does that mean I just? Well, I see the green here again. Is it because I'm facing that direction now? You think? If I turn around or move slightly. Yeah, moving slightly does change it here because... But would this basically be telling me that the entrance is... like forward from where I'm facing, you think? It's the giant rat that makes all the rules. Yeah, this guy's about to bully me out of this room here. All right, we'll come back when I don't have an iron weapon. And then we'll show that rat who's boss. Unless we just immediately find the exit. Oh man, that's crazy. I should have recognized that we were in a crypt again. Yeah, an experienced player would have known right away this is a small dungeon. I have many things to learn. Why is this mouse so strong? Yeah. Earlier on, some of you guys might have missed it in the stream, but I was playing around with some of the visual settings here. And we were trying on retro mode for a bit. And I'm curious how you guys feel about some of these retro aesthetics, if you like this or not. I'm undecided right now on the next stream, or not stream, the next playthrough. But I'm considering going for like a retro graphic setup like this. There's a couple other changes we were looking at. Like this posterization. Well, you can get rid of that. You could make it so it doesn't affect the sky as well. So I think posterization minus the sky actually looks pretty good. And if you look at a dungeon, I think it actually looks better in the dungeons than it does outside. Like, this looks pretty cool, right? It's definitely a lot different. And if I crank up the bloom settings, it looks pretty good as well. Actually, I think these torches, they need a higher threshold, maybe. Or maybe not. Let's see. Yeah, I think these torches are not actually real light sources, maybe. Which is kind of interesting. But they don't look like actual light sources. I do like my old games to look old, yeah. Yeah, I like them both, actually. I'm not sure. I'm considering taking some screenshots and then doing a poll on the channel. The imp can't be hit by iron material anyway. But yeah, I'm not sure. This does look good, though. Like, honestly. Look at this spider behind the wall. It does look good outdoors as well. It's kind of growing on me. But if I make it nighttime... Oh yeah, right. Let's see what time it is anyway. It's... okay. Let's go like 10 hours here. But yeah, at nighttime, this looks sick. I actually really like this at night. I feel like the ground looks better in this mode to me, especially at night. Gotta go. Have a good night. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Take care. It's an interesting look. I'll give it that. Yeah. I think it's going to be pretty... I don't know. Some people are not going to like it for sure. And the thing is, I do have like a set... Well, I don't have a set, but I have like an expectation, I guess, from how my games always looked for all my other videos. Man, check out how fast this guy backpedals. Alright, there's only one way to take this guy out. We got a dragon spawn. Nice. You should check out the stream VOD after so you can see how it looks on YouTube. Yeah, it's a good idea, actually. That's exactly what I'll do. It feels like it looks pretty good to me, but, yeah, I know some people don't like the retro graphics stuff. And for me, it just kind of depends on the game. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't like it. For Daggerfall, I think it does look good. And I think the game actually runs a little better, weirdly enough. I just feel like I'm seeing less overworld lag. I'm always going to have some lag when I'm moving at fast speeds, especially on a dragon like this, but just from like this early testing, it does seem a little bit less laggy to me. Hot take, iron should be able to hit stuff that steel can't hit. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be super nice for the roguelike playthrough, or the roguelike mod, I should say. We did find a way to do the barrel roll. You just have to double tap it. So if anyone's been playing on their dragon, they don't know how to do this, give the A key or the D key double tap, and you'll do a little barrel roll. I love in the distance when you can see the lights from a village or a city coming into view. That's a classic Daggerfall vibe. How to defend yourself against an assassin? Point a dragon at them? That's the way. Actually, this dragon's a little bit weaker than I was expecting it to be on damage. But it's kind of cool. It actually works. Its power works on scaling the dragonish skill, actually. So the dragon gets stronger the higher dragon skill is, dragonish skill, which is kind of interesting. It also changes its size and its speed. And I really love when mods do this. I love when they take a skill that's kind of has very niche applications in game or is generally not that strong and gives it ways to shine in new areas. I think that's always really cool. Just checked, sadly, Slasher's Keep is not on GOG. I believe it's been on the Dream list for 6+ years as of now. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I try to get everything I can on GOG, but if it's not on GOG, I'm still okay with grabbing it on Steam. I'll check it out for sure. Slasher's Keep. Yeah, I'm surprised I've not heard of it before. I think weapon material affects your hit chance. Should be a table on the wiki about it. Yeah, for sure. Iron is -10 to your hits with the vanilla settings, but I actually use I can't remember which mod I have that makes these changes. I think it's a mod from Rouser. Funny that I know the mod author, not the mod name. Yeah, it's one of Rouser's mods, I think, and he set it up so it kind of changes the material chance to hit, so it's not as impactful, I guess. So it kind of shifts the power of your chance to hit to your skills. So your skills have a bigger part in that equation rather than just the material, which I kind of like. Modding is said to be never-ending journey. Retro is already retro now. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of funny for me because when I'm in the middle of my playthroughs, so many new mods will come out that I just want to be adding right into the middle of the playthrough itself. The actual playthrough, I can't even get through like a single playthrough without it being a never-ending journey. It's always changing my mod list, which definitely caused some issues for me in the pirate playthrough. I had some disappearing areas that SquidKamer helped me fix. That was nice of him. And Jet as well. Helped me a lot with getting the Iliac Puddle No More working a little bit better for me as well. Now we just need a rabbit person, dragon rider to tell you to do that. Oh yeah, let's go. A rabbit person. The closest we got is the Khajiit, I guess. I like these small little tavern towns here. I kind of wish there was more of a reason to go to these. Like something role-playing wise that you could set up. Because look how awesome this looks. I'm guessing we're in, yeah, one of the regions near the Alkir Desert. And this was originally where I was going to do the Nomad Merchant run if it had won the poll. It would have been traversing this desert with a bunch of difficulty mods, and climate and calories probably would have been in there. Try and make the desert environment really harsh for us. Soon there'll be a mod that makes Daggerfall look like Arena. That'd be pretty cool. There's actually a couple things from Arena that I prefer that aren't in the base version of Daggerfall. And are kind of surprising that they're not in Daggerfall. And one of them is the way melee attacks have a cleave property in Arena. So if you have like 5 enemies in front of you, and you do a wide horizontal swing with your sword, you can hit all 5 of them in Arena, and it looks really, really nice. But in Daggerfall, that cleave is not built into the original game. But the Tome of Battle Addendum mod... Oh, my game crashed. One second. Yeah, the Tome of Battle Addendum mod does fix that, though. So it allows you to cleave with melee strikes, which is awesome. It's the kind of place people hiding from the law would hang out. Yeah, for sure. Especially with this desert biome, it kind of has a Wild West vibe. I guess, but a lot of enemy expansion sprites are based off arena sprites. Yeah, for sure. I noticed that too. It's so funny, actually, you mentioned that. The what's it called? Those lizard men are so funny looking in Daggerfall. With the spears and the weird shield, they're just so straight out of Arena. All right, we should be back. No, yeah. I do get some crashes every now and then. One of the really cool things about starting up a new playthrough for me is that I get to kind of fix up my mod list. I can get rid of a bunch of mods I don't really need anymore that might be causing some issues or just making it a little bit worse on how it runs. So that's kind of nice that I could do that now. Is Arena playable? Yeah, Arena's definitely playable. I think it's on both GOG and Steam. I think they're both free also. Just like Daggerfall, you can pick them up for free, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I think Arena's pretty good still. It's different than Daggerfall for sure. I've heard a lot of people say they think Daggerfall is just a better version of Arena. And I think there's enough differences, especially in the dungeon crawling aspect of it, where it's kind of its own experience, in my opinion. Arena has some cool spells where you can like break the wall itself and make your own paths in dungeons, and Daggerfall doesn't have anything like that, so... Decapitating 3 goblins at once is fun, yeah, for sure. I really wish that, I was kind of surprised that there was no cleave. But even the cleave in Daggerfall from the mod doesn't really feel quite like how it feels in Arena. Arena, it's like your whatever horizontal slashing you can do, it like takes up the entire screen. It's so satisfying. Like anything that's in your vision gets just like destroyed. The Elder Scrolls gave up on Lizardmen too soon. Yeah. I guess they're really not a thing because of Argonians, maybe? I feel like I guess they could think it as like conflicting or a little bit confusing. I don't know. Yeah, Arena and Daggerfall are free on Steam. A lot of retro games are free on Steam, like the classic Marathon games. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Daggerfall was free. Yeah, really nice. Hashtag remake arena. I think there is a team, and I'm sure someone knows this better than I do. But similarly to how Daggerfall has a Unity port, I think there is someone working on something like that for Arena. I don't know if it's Unity or what it is, but I heard something about this a long time ago. Actually, not that long ago, probably a few months ago even. Let's take a look at what these spell effects look like in this retro mode. Looks pretty good. I guess this probably looks the same, right? There might not be any difference. It's kind of hard to tell. Because I use vanilla enhanced, I think, for my monsters, so there's probably no difference actually with this mode on. But there might be a difference with like entangle or some other let me get out of this form real quick. There might be a difference with like a spell effect. Yeah, I think it is a little different. I could make my own mushrooms here. Oh, he changed the model a little bit. Oh, no, he didn't. Okay. I thought it was replacing the other mushroom, but nah. Doesn't the spell effect look really good? Really clever use of the, like, impact effect for the spells to make a little mushroom poison cloud next to it. There is open test arena or something. Yeah, that's what I think it is. Yeah, that's what I heard about. Is that a completed? Do you guys know if that's like, is it done or is it like being worked on still? He also added these pretty cool little text displays that come up there when you do something like this. It's still a work in progress. Okay. Do you want to test the Call Lightning spell when I build the mod? It's ready in about 10 minutes. Yeah, sure, we could do that. I'll probably also be streaming throughout the week on random times. I'll try to set a... I didn't realize I could set like stream schedules on YouTube, and then you guys can actually hang out in the chat before the stream actually starts, and then it'll have like a countdown. So I'm going to start doing that from now on. But I might randomly be streaming throughout the week. I'm going to try and get the Druid playthrough done this week. At least start it, episode 1. I want to check a different region. I want to check like a snowy region with this effect on. I don't know if this place is actually snowy, but I'll just make it snow. Oh, looks like we got some kind of poison on us or something. But yeah, if I don't check it out on stream today, I'll definitely still stream it. I'm really excited about the Call Lightning spell. That's my favorite from Neverwinter Nights. We got... Oh yeah, we got diseases and stuff. Let's cure that. I'm in favor of that, though. I also think a full-on ground-up reimagining of it could be cool too. Yeah, if it's done right, for sure. I haven't played too many remakes that I've liked, if I'm being completely honest. But I just feel like, theoretically, there's no reason why it can't be good. If you can get a team to really capture the magic of the original game, I feel like it definitely can be good. But, yeah, I usually don't like remakes too much. Just because I feel like they... I don't know, I feel like they end up being worse than the original pretty often. But if someone could do it well, that'd be amazing. I'll separate it right now from my other mod, but how strong should it be? Yeah, that's a good question. There's a couple different ways you could think about it, I guess. I plan to use it in a way that it would be only usable once a day. So if I did that, I would want it to be pretty strong, but also really far out in its radius if it's an AoE spell. I don't know exactly how you built it. I can't... I guess if I had like my hands on it, I could get a better sense, but... I don't know, I think some people would want it to be a little bit weaker, and I think I'd be okay with it being pretty strong, but I would probably restrict it to once a day use. Did you see the new Ultima Underworld port? No, I didn't, actually. I've never played, surprisingly, I've never played any Ultima games, actually. But it's always been a series I've meant to try, and I had like last summer, I guess, I was picking up a bunch of these older games, so I picked up some Ultima games, I picked up the Might and Magic games, I picked up Realms of Arcania series, I also picked up some of the old Dark Sun AD&D games, and yeah, there's a bunch I still have not gotten around to. I haven't tried Ultima games yet. I haven't tried most of the Might and Magic games. I played through 8, and I really liked that one, but I only tried 7, didn't get too far. But I have the entire series now. But yeah, Ultima games, I gotta get around to playing those someday. Is Ultima Underworld considered one of the better ones in the series? Alright, let's take a look at this retro mode in some of these taverns real quick. Yeah, the health bar, I don't think it's too bad. It's a little distracting. It's just really, really useful with the wild shapes. But, yeah, I don't need it otherwise, but... Ultima Underworld got a fan re-implementation, like Daggerfall unit. Oh, interesting. Very cool. Projects like that are just, like, so valuable. I mean, yeah, that kind of work is crazy to me. I don't even know how people manage to accomplish that. Yeah, interiors look really good with the retro mode, in my opinion. Let me compare this real quick. Yeah, I don't know. They both look good. And this doesn't do anything if I'm not in the retro mode. Yeah. Ultima's legit. Which one do you like the most, Fiffinger? Because I'd be willing to try one. I don't know where I would start with the series. I know a couple of them are considered pretty good. I don't know. I actually never played an Ultima game. I just like watching people play retro RPGs because I'm a LARPer. Hey, I'm the same way. But, yeah, I plan to try Ultima at some point. Most of my streamers, though, that I watch, they tend to be retro RPG players as well. I really like these castle themes. You never hear this song anywhere else, I don't think. I don't know which religion this area worships. Let me head out of here. Yeah, I think overall I probably do like my original settings the most, but I just think that's partly because I'm so used to my Daggerfall looking this way. It's almost like I'm nostalgic. I'm nostalgic for this completely changed Unity look over the retro mode, but yeah, that's because I played Daggerfall much later in my life, but yeah. 5, but you should play 4 before that. 4 and 5 are like a duology within the series as a whole. Ah, I see. Very cool. So it continues the same story then. Do you take your party from 4 into 5 then? Or does it kind of like reset you? Man, even the ground controls for the dragon just feels great. It's pretty relaxing, actually. It's got like a good enough of a sense of speed to feel pretty different than how the horse controls. And it's got a smoothness to it with the sterning. Robot Agent, oh man, thank you. €5, is that? That's really, really generous of you, thank you. Do you think that the dragons will be improved so they don't scream when shooting flames every time? Yes, actually. Happy to tell you that the mod author is working on that right now. That was actually the #1 thing that was bothering me also. I love this mod, but it's actually like any extended fight where you're just shooting, you guys can even hear it here. It's every single time you shoot a fireball, you get that screech, and it's just too much, yeah. The mod author left a comment on my video. He said that he plans to either make that a toggleable option in the mod settings, or just turn it off entirely, I think, maybe with like a separate download. But yeah, thank you very much. That's very generous of you. Thank you. I think once the dragon mod gets updated, I'll probably add that to my description of the video, because I did bring that up as like a point of I wouldn't call it criticism, but just like something that I thought was a little distracting is the sound effects. So I'll probably add to the description that's been removed. Have you checked out any soundtrack replacements? The SC55 soundtrack mod is great. I have not, actually. Yeah, I know there's some mods that replace songs and some that just add them. Does this one add, or does it remove some of the older ones as well? I'd be okay with trying a mod out that adds music, but I don't think I'd want to replace any of the songs. Most of Daggerfall music I like a lot, actually. Then it'll be a very goated mod, even more so than now. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that's like the biggest thing it needs, honestly. Is to get rid of this screeching sound. It was kind of hard. I was making the video and I was like, how do I... I was like, I want to show off the combat, but I feel like everyone watching my video is going to go crazy from these screams. I was shooting like 40 projectiles in like 2 minutes or less, even probably like a minute and a half. I had to just like edit out the sound a little bit. I was just reducing the sound in those combat sections on the video editor. But otherwise, I really like this mod, and I think this first-person view, I think it looks really good. It would be very cool if the mod author was able to also give us different colors, but I don't want to be greedy and ask for too much. I think there are ways to import the character, but it only gives you a few bonuses. Oh, I see. And then if you want to see what a good remake should do, try out Lazarus, which is a fan recreation of Ultima 5, and Dungeon Siege. Dungeon Siege, really? That's the, isn't that an action RPG game? I think I have Dungeon Siege 2. It's like similar to a Diablo-style game, I think. I didn't get into RPGs until 7th gen. If you don't count Pokemon, original Mass Effect is what I would consider my first true RPG. So most retro RPGs I never actually played. Interesting. Wow, you got into it much later then. Mass Effect's a pretty good one if you're going to start out, if you're into narrative-focused RPGs, at least. It's definitely loose on the RPG stuff, but it's heavy on the narrative and character stuff, which is cool. Do you have random quest mods? They could be pretty handy for some extra gold. Yeah, I do, actually. And yeah, I really like that mod. I also have a different mod that is... It's similar. I can't think of the name right now. It adds some mods or some quests to the quest pool, but it also allows for some random interactions in the city to happen. So as I'm running around here, there's a chance to spawn some kind of random interaction. And those can sometimes be good, they can sometimes be bad. But it also adds a few quests, I think, to the quest pool. I'm not sure which... I don't know if... I can maybe actually check here if the mod setting has an option. I don't think it does, though. Nah, I don't think this one has one, okay. I'll have to look that up later. I forgot what it's called, though. I think I did cover it in one of my mod videos, though. The original soundtrack was made on a Roland Sound canvas, so the SC55 mod is closer to the original tracks than the ones you hear now. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, so is it like a remake of the original songs, or is it its own new songs? New here, hi. What are the mechanics / rules of roguelike? Hey, how's it going? It is a basically from the main screen, you can see this OSP quick start, which is called on-site procurement. And when you click on it, you can set up all sorts of starting parameters for yourself. You can make everything random if you like, or you could set up just some specific things. Like if I want to play a burglar as the class, I could do that. I could choose the level. And then you can choose what dungeon size you want. Choose a region to spawn in, and then you'll get a random dungeon somewhere in the world. And you start, well, I guess your starting gear depends on what, we could try one out real quick. Depends on what you chose. So now, oh man, we don't want to show the, this is a bad, let me get a different level. I was just talking about how I don't want the nymphs on screen here. I really got to get that mod that gives them some proper clothing. All right, let's try a different dungeon here. I think we got the same one. No way. Let me specifically choose Dungeons of Daggerfall. I'll go level 18, so hopefully nymphs don't spawn. But yeah, the roguelike mode basically gives you different starting situations. And then you can kind of set whatever goal you like. You could set the goal to be surviving and escaping, or you could set the goal to be killing every enemy in the dungeon. You could just do whatever you like. Looks like I got the archer. Archer's not too great in this mode. Let me catch up on chat real quick, and then I'll show off some more of them out here. Getting kind of hard talking about RPGs because everyone's definition of an RPG is different, understandably. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some like RPG adjacent type of games. Like that's kind of how I see the Mass Effect series. But I think the Mass Effect series has good writing though. So, you know, some people prefer that kind of story-driven, narrative-heavy RPGs, and some people like the sandbox RPGs like Daggerfall. It's a remake, they sound better. It's a remake. Oh, okay, I'm much more interested in that then. Okay, that's cool. Let me check what that was called real quick. I'm going to make a note of that. The SC55 soundtrack mod. Is that the name of the mod? Send the DF mod. Hope it works for you. Oh, thank you. I send you the cheat code to add to it. Nice. I'll have to check that out after the stream, but I think sometime this week I'll do a random stream and then we'll showcase the new spells. Daggerfall moment happens to streamers often. Yeah. Is there a mod that allows the story dungeons not to be so large? I found one once that was never updated. Is there really? Interesting. I know that oh, I think I have God mode toggled. Let me toggle that off. I know that the Unity settings in the main menu does not affect the story dungeons, unfortunately. I actually did not even know there was a mod that does change some of the sizes. Hey, we got her to join our party. That's nice. Yeah, I did not know that, actually. Wow, that was a 6-shot. Are we playing an archer? Yeah, we are. This is cool. I should do an archer build on the channel as well someday. Do we have any spells? We do have... Wow, that's so weird. Archer starts with Wizard's Fire because Destruction's our highest spell. Is that the case? Yeah, it must be. Yeah, 8%. That's interesting. But yeah, I think it'd be really cool if someone managed to make a mod to strip down these main dungeons, especially some of the later ones. When I did my first playthrough of Daggerfall to do the main quest, I was so shocked at how crazy those final dungeons are for the story. I mean, absolutely insane. Yeah, I don't think archers can use plates. Nah. But you do know about Smaller Dungeons mod? That one isn't story dungeons, though, just random ones. Yes, I do know about that one. Yeah, there's actually, I think there's more than one that actually changes that. But you don't even need a mod for this, actually. You can go to... I can't show you on screen right now, but in the startup menu, before you actually go into the game, on the Unity settings, there is a setting, and you can toggle it. It's just called Smaller Dungeons, and that will change the layout of all the non-story dungeons for you. Yeah. But yeah, that one's not story dungeons, unfortunately. It's just the random ones. I joined an archer. What's up? How's it going? I like the archer specifically. I like their silly background history. Oh yeah, let me read their background history. Oh wait, I can't do that unless I actually start a real playthrough, right? Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I think with the roguelike mode, I can't actually read that. How about a growable tree pod house as a player home mod? That'd be sick. Yeah, I would love that. Yeah, Lazarus basically imports the world and story of Ultima 5 and works it into Dungeon Siege's gameplay, but they did also cause the Ultima Magic system to work for... Oh, that's really interesting. Isn't that a much different style game, though? Wouldn't Ultima 5 be more like a... Well, I guess it's not, actually, right? I don't really know Dungeon Siege 1 that well. I know Dungeon Siege 2 pretty well, though. Making all the main quest dungeons completely unique would be cool. It would be cool, yeah. That would be so much work. I can't even imagine. I mean, their designs aren't, like, terrible, I don't think, in my opinion. It's just that they are very confusing, really hard to navigate, super dangerous as well. We got some crazy dungeon stuff going on here. Have you streamed the main story? I've not actually ever streamed the main story. I've actually, I've never covered the main story on my channel. Partly because I'm not that knowledgeable on the lore stuff, so a lot of people have already covered the lore stuff really well, so I wasn't going to go that route. And for the actual gameplay, I kind of prefer to make my own role-playing concepts rather than do like the main story stuff. Though I have considered it, and it's something I always think about every now and then. Like maybe I should do a series just covering the main quests. Part of why that would be good too is I think it would give people like an easy to find source for navigating these dungeons, just because so many people have issues with getting through them and needing to look it up. I'm sure other channels have done that though, but it still could be cool on my channel someday. Getting a lot of danger dungeons. Yeah, this one's not too bad, I don't think, but we just need to find a new weapon material pretty badly. Or a shopkeeper would be nice. I don't like smaller dungeon modifications personally. Of all the dungeons in the game, the only one I have a personal dislike is for Durrani Tower. Oh, interesting, yeah. Yeah, Durrani Tower is interesting. I know it has that kind of like cheeky transportating trap right in the entrance, right? I think everyone falls for that. The archer got lost as a kid, got harassed by their hated faction, and was saved by their language choice. They became a militia archer and was... Oh, that's very cool. Actually, that's an interesting thing. I never really thought about the histories for the pre-made classes. I really should revisit some of those and take a look at them. That is pretty cool. Looks like we got 2 exits here. Okay, let me go into this door here. Is this even a real door? It's not even a real door. That's so weird. All right, looks like we have to go down in this pit then. That is actually fascinating. So you are treating Daggerfall like when people play Minecraft, you make your own adventures. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I like to do. I will start with like a class fantasy that I want to capture. I'll build up some role-playing restrictions and concepts that I like to do for the playthrough. And then I just kind of start the world, and I completely ignore the main quest. I just I go where I want to. I design my playthroughs to work around those concepts. And I've been playing Daggerfall like that really for over a year. That's the way I like to play it. I don't think the main quest is bad, though. I know some people don't like it. Oh, this guy might have arrows and might have a new bow. Oh, wow, we one-shot him. Nice. But, yeah, I don't think it's bad. It's just that after doing it once, I don't really feel the need to go back to it anytime soon, really. Though, if enough people on the channel wanted to see it, I definitely would be willing to go through it. Especially because it's been so long for me now, it actually would be somewhat fresh. And it could be funny to watch me struggle through the, what's it called? Crazy dungeons. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at reading chat and playing at the same time here. One day they went up into a tree to shoot targets on a tree on the other side of the road, but they missed and spooked an assassin who wanted to kill some noble. Their captain pretended it was deliberate. That's crazy. I did not know the backstories were that cool for the pre-made classes. I don't know if I've even looked at any of the histories for... Oh, wow. This is a crazy room. I don't know if I've actually looked at any of the other histories for some of these pre-made classes, but that is very cool. Can I equip this? It looks like chain. Yeah, that's good. Some more arrows. That's good. We're running low on the arrows. We got to find a shopkeeper. Human enemies in the roguelike mode are usually very good because they have a good chance of dropping all sorts of useful stuff. Like potions, humans have a lot. We got a new spell. And some other stuff that we can sell if we can find the shopkeeper. Steel Saber could be decent. Does the archer have a weapon skill? Oh, we have blunt and axe. Okay, we got blunt and axe. Durrani Tower is trolling in dungeon form? Yeah. Actually, what I personally dislike about Durrani Tower is that you have to go to Medor's room 3 times. Like, please can't you just move to a more convenient place? Yeah, honestly. That's also when you have to visit the King of Worms. You have to visit the King of Worms like 3 times in the story as well. But his is easier to find than she is. The backstories tend to end with your character accidentally saving one of the Emperor's relatives. Interesting. I'm thinking about a non-traditional main quest run where you find Durrani Tower without Loden and get Lysander's tomb without the Under King work. That's interesting. My lore of like even just the storytelling is just not good enough, I feel like, to plan out a cool sort of like change on the main story like that or change how it works. But I love how in Daggerfall that's an option though. That's just such a cool thing about it. I guess and get Lysander's tomb without the Underking. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I guess you can just do that, huh? You don't need the actual quest. I always thought it would be cool for a quest mod to add a massive quest line to the game. Yeah, there have been some quest packs that I thought were pretty good that tried to do something like that, and one of them is the journalism mod. Turns you into a journalist, and I think it's like a 5 quest line. And over time, you publish papers that exposes a Daedric cult. And actually, it's really cool. It's really well done. And it wasn't that buggy. There was one issue I had that I was able to easily fix. The mod author's native language isn't English, though. But even so, they did a great job with like translating it. The story was pretty cool, and it was very cool to physically get, like, you see how I have these pieces of paper in my inventory? It would look like this, but you use the use button, and you get a whole newspaper of your writing, which was really cool. I really like that, actually. I did a playthrough of it as my first playthrough on the channel, actually. But the quality is so bad that, don't watch it, guys. I do fast start, random single life runs sometimes, so the only way I learn what's been given is the histories. Gotcha. Oh, that's cool. So your single life runs, they're mostly with the pre-made classes then? I kind of want to start doing that myself a little bit more, rather than just making custom ones all the time. Adds a massive quest line to the game. Did someone mention Whispers from the East? Is Whispers from the East a mod pack? Or is that from some other game? Adds a massive quest line to the game. I feel like there's some other bigger quest pack mods. Someone did mention one to me a while back as well, but I can't remember the name. Been thinking of making one based off the Tale of the Usurper. Nice. I would love to have some more quest lines and quest packs like that. Any of you guys ever have a mod that you want me to check out? You know, you can always let me know. I'm always happy to try and showcase these mods for people, especially ones that don't get a lot of coverage. But yeah, that'd be really cool. Which is your favorite material in Daggerfall? Mithril? That is my drug. I like Dwarven. I also like steel, but it depends on which weapon. Like some of the steel designs with the diverse weapon mod on look really good. But Dwarven, I kind of just love even the base. I can't wear it on this character because she can't use plate, but I like that gold shine. Looks really nice. I think Elven looks pretty good on leather with the green color as well. At least the King of Worms is the second block. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, the King of Worms is really not that hard to get to. All right, we can sell all this stuff with this guy, and we can see what he has. But actually, let's first sell everything, actually. We don't really need any of this. And I'm not really going to use any spells with this character, I don't think. I love how now in the roguelike mode, we have these shopkeepers, so we can actually make use of the random loot we get that's actually not useful. So that's cool. I had to cheat, like no clip at some points when finishing the main story. It was too complicated to beat. No, yeah, I totally understand that. I think a lot of people do that. And actually, some mods, like, I forgot what this mod's called, but it's, Useful Console Commands mod. That'll help you kind of clip through areas a little bit easier with the fast flying option. But, yeah, I mean, with the final dungeon, I think a lot of people just kind of clip through it and don't really want to solve the complicated layout that it is. And some of the other dungeons for the quest are just very long. Some of them aren't that complicated, but they're just so long. Which some people love. It's all that's, about taste, which is cool. But I personally did not like the final dungeon in Daggerfall, but I know some people love it. But that was not for me. Because you only need to do 3 things to get to the final quest. Appease Lysandus, learn about the letter, and give Manny, King of Worms, Marco, the soul of a lich. I once had a custom class. Its material was restricted, so Mithril was the best they could use. Oh, man. Also collected Mithril. Never sold any Mithril that was found. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I knew that there was a couple ways to deal with the main quest, and you don't have to do everything, which is really cool. And I remember looking at the wiki, I guess, where there's a couple different paths you can take, which was also really cool. But I just love how hands-off the main quest is in Daggerfall. It's one of my favorite parts about it. It's so hands-off. If you want to start a character, but you don't want to touch the main quest, you don't have to. And there's still so much to do in this world, which is amazing. Ooh, Potion of Purification. That's like the best we could get. We're definitely grabbing that. Yo, guys, look at this. An enchanted longbow on our archer for this run. That's like the perfect... Can't get better than that. Oh, you could try to steal from this guy. That's pretty funny. I wonder what happens. Yes, it's a Daggerfall quest mod where you're protecting before a baby who a bunch of people want to kill for some reason. Oh, the reason is pretty obvious, but it's technically a spoiler. Gotcha. I don't even know if I recognize the quest. I feel like I have heard this before, though. Whispers from the East sounds familiar to me. That's pretty cool, though. I do want to look at some more quest mods. I meant to do this a while ago. I should really add that to my notes so I don't forget again. Potion of Healing is really nice, too. That's good. We'll pick up the Enchanted Bell also. Actually, can we afford it? Yes, we can. I wish he had arrows. That'd be nice. The part where you have to steal the painting from Castle Sentinel is straight BS. Yeah, it really is. Wow, that brings back memories, man. Sandstorm, I don't even... Yeah, do I want to revisit the main quest ever? That's a great question. You raised some good points just by mentioning that part right there. I think Argonians have it pretty hard in terms of what they can use. Argonians? I do like how the Iliac Puddle No More mod gives them their infinite underwater breathing. It's so surprising that Daggerfall in vanilla does not have infinite breathing for Argonians. All right, let's see what this actually does, though. I don't think I'll be able to actually see what this is, but if we just equip it... Oh, bells can't be equipped to use. All right, let's check out what this spell effect is here. Interesting. I can't actually... Huh. I can't cast it. That's pretty weird. We do got the enchanted longbow, though, and I really need arrows, though. Oh, I guess I can sell the old bow to this guy now as well. We don't need that anymore. Let's see here. Sometimes you could tell what the enchanted effect does just looking at it, but... or at least you get an idea. But I don't see any stat increases, so it's not like a stat stick. We'll play around with this and see if we can figure out what the enchant does. This is a pretty good run, though. Archer's really fun. I really gotta make a ranged physical build, maybe a crossbow or something someday. Oh, yeah, one shot right there. That was a shot to the heart. Another enchanted thing here, and 2 more arrows. That's good. We'll pick up the arrows we are shooting ourselves. Let's try this on. Oh, man, we're getting kind of unlucky. No stat increases on these. The BF was a typo? Oh, okay, gotcha. The castles were the most boring main quest dungeons. At least Daggerfall Castle can be short. Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember all of them, which is crazy. It was only like a year ago, but I can't remember. I think I did almost every main quest. I know not all of them are necessary to finish the main story, but I think I was looking at some kind of guide at some point, and I think I did most of them. Is there any Daggerfall lore masters in the chat that might know what my longbow bow does here? I feel like there's no obvious enchant effect happening here. Looks like we got a monk, I think. Yeah. I kind of want to pacify him if I can. Nah. Pretty sick how these arrows do so much damage, though, I gotta say. Okay, I'm just making sure. That guy did so little damage, I had to actually check if my god mode was off. It is, though. Okay. That'd be so silly if I, Oh, good call, Sandstorm. I think that's right. The bell probably has a when-equipped spell. That's so funny how that can spawn like that. I would not have thought of that on my own. That's interesting. I've had so few runs go to the late game because I tend to do my own, like, role-playing concepts that, I don't really interact with too many enchanted items in a lot of my playthroughs, which is partly why I want this druid playthrough to start at a higher level. Partly for the role-playing, because I'm trying to be like a druid that was summoned to the capital because of like a dire situation, but also because it'll be a cool opportunity for me to play around with some of the higher level spells, some of the higher level enchants and stuff like that. Do you think Archer would go well with the Desert Nomad one? Yeah, I think so. I was actually planning originally to do a spear character. I really like spears, and I didn't really have too much of a chance to use it in any of my playthroughs yet. But the backup was going to be a major skill for archery. So I was going to go, primary skill was going to have Longblade, which is part of the spear weapons. And then I was going to do... oh, maybe this monk can kill this guy. That'd be nice. Oh, that's really nice. This guy's so low, I don't want to waste an arrow. We'll just kick him to death. But yeah, I was planning to go... oh, we can equip this. Nice. I was planning to go spear and then archery in the major. Is there a mod that lets you collect shot arrows? I think that might... I don't actually know if that's part of the base game, but yeah, that's actually happening in this run right now. So sometimes I'm getting 1 arrow retrieved or 2 arrows retrieved, depending on how many I shoot. I don't know if that's from role-playing realism or if that's just part of vanilla Daggerfall. I actually don't know. Oh, okay, nice. Top answered it. No mods needed. That's base game. That's awesome. Yeah. I wasn't sure if that was maybe role-playing realism. Archer's only downside would be that the way they have the axe and blunt in the major skills, hand-to-hand with archery and primary does make sense, though. Yeah, for sure. Oh, is hand-to-hand a primary? It is a primary. That's interesting. That's kind of cool, actually. Yeah, if you're going to already have archery and hand-to-hand, it's kind of a shame to have so many more weapon skills in the major slot. You really don't need it, of course. But that is cool. That's kind of what I like about the pre-made classes. I like that they're not optimized and that they're more focused on role-playing. Like, having 4 different weapon skills is obviously not optimal, but it's cool for role-playing, and that's the way to go. Oh yeah, I can't hit this guy with that, but now we know my hand-to-hand is actually pretty good. Really good, actually. Yeah, you can see I shot the 1 arrow, and he actually dropped an arrow. So it is something you can retrieve, which is really cool. Spears are cool, too. Yeah, I love spears. But yeah, archery was definitely going to be in the major slot for that character. You could pluck the arrows from the corpse if nothing else in the inventory, otherwise the arrows are with the rest of the goods. Yeah, that makes sense. Look at miscellaneous. Hand-to-hand being there makes sense since you can swap it with a bow. Yeah, exactly. It's actually a perfect with the bow. Trying to figure out what the bow does. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Actually, I didn't even check. It's possible... Oh yeah, my long shirt also had something. Interesting. This could be a couple things. I feel like this might be a sleep spell. Feels like it might be a sleep spell. All right, let's actually look at the maps. Where haven't we gone yet? All right, over here. Let's try out this spell on this bat here. It's kind of funny. I can't use the E hotkey, I think, for enchanted, borrowed spells, I guess. This is a pretty cool run right here, though. I like how I got a couple different enchanted items. Looks like he has some effect on him. I love this roundhouse animation for the hand-to-hand. Hand-to-hand being there, yeah, makes sense, yeah. Your weapons are useless against me. What about my fists? Yeah, I kind of love how the fist hits everything. It's such a funny thing, but of course they have to do it that way, or else any unarmed character would be kind of bricked at some point in the playthrough. Hey, we can wear these. That's good. Is that actually better? No, it's not better. Got a steel mace. That's pretty cool. This is 6. This is 8. We can't use the steel. Your bow probably has a cast when strike enchantment. Yeah, that's actually probably a good call. I feel like that's the last thing it could be, right? Iron crossbow. Yeah, I have a mod for crossbows also, which is pretty cool. Let's see here. We can wear that. Poison arrows are a thing, right? They are a thing with the arrow variety mod, but I don't think so in vanilla, unless you're thinking of like a certain enchantment maybe or something, but like actually having a ammunition item that's called like poison arrow, that doesn't exist in vanilla. But there is an amazing mod. I really recommend it for anyone that likes bow playthroughs called Arrow Variety. And this adds a bunch of different types of arrows. You get like an explosive arrow. You can get one that pierces certain armors better. There's one that is for ice, one for poison cloud. There's one that's like more of a basic fire arrow as well. And I think there's another one that was interesting. It was... I forgot. It adds like something on the ground, though. That's some kind of area of effect ability. But yeah, that mod's great. And it also works for crossbows if you have a crossbow mod on. Oh, look at that. It actually paralyzed him. That's crazy. That might have been on hit, actually. I think that probably was on hit, right? Because he did slap me before he got paralyzed there. My Daedra plus Undead Hunter character went with unarmed for that exact reason. Yeah, it's really nice. It makes a lot of sense, too, gameplay-wise. All right, we got some boots, finally. That's good. We're actually shaping up pretty nicely in this run. Let's remove some of the heavier stuff here, like the claymore. Oh, this is good, too. We can wear that. And an elven helm. That's not bad. But I guess it's plate. All right, we'll just take this for now. And maybe we should rest real quick. It was like Batman meets John Ward. That's kind of sick. Not really, not for the player anyway. Yeah. Nice, that arrow mod sounds great. You don't use it? I do usually use it. I had it turned off for my pirate playthrough, just because I wasn't using a bow with that character. When I was building that character, it was all about just like melee focused. Ooh, this is an interesting area here. Are we feeling up for the underwater dangers? Maybe with the Killer Instincts charge, we can bait this guy. Oh, I'm too heavy. I might have just killed myself. But yeah, I am gonna... It's gonna be active for the next playthrough where I use an archer, which I think will probably be... I gotta drop some stuff for the... Ooh, Mithril Left Pauldron. I didn't even realize I got that. Just for the weight here, I gotta remove some of these. Some of the cheaper stuff. We should be able to move now. Yeah, we can move now. All right, we're good. But yeah, I plan to keep it for any crossbow or archer character. And actually, I was going to do an archer character. If the druid didn't win, then the nomad would have won for the next playthrough on the vote that we did for the channel. So maybe someday I'll put that nomad merchant back on the list, and maybe it'll win next time. The playthroughs will be shorter moving forward, so there's definitely more opportunity to try out some other stuff and have more polls on the channel. Archer is really fun. I'm really liking this class, actually. I think this is the first time I'm really getting far in the roguelike with it. I think I got it once before, but the run died like immediately. This time, it's really cool, though. And yeah, Redguard's really nice for your chance to hit when it comes to melee stuff. So for the hand-to-hand, it's kind of nice. I don't think that works for missile weapons, though. And this guy might have some arrows on him. He does not, okay. Do I need any of these? I don't think so, no. Archer's also nice for default class since it's up to 16 HP per level. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. I didn't realize just how low some of those pre-made classes have for HP per level. When I did this is a very, very long time ago, but I did the little tier list video of the pre-made classes. And I don't know if I did a great job with that video. I think I misunderstood some things, but I did notice that a lot of the pre-made classes have really surprisingly low HP per level. Max HP per level. Nothing over here, I don't think. Nah. All right, where did we not explore here? Looks like there's a bunch of paths over there. Yeah, we can go forward and to the left here. Archer's basically one of the few actually optimized base classes. It does feel pretty good, honestly. I tend to feel that Barbarian also feels really good in this mode, so does Ranger. But yeah, it's definitely feeling really good. This is a little interesting layout we have here. Oh, he's shooting ice at me. Okay. Yeah, the Wood Elves get the bonus for missile. Yeah, that's right. Sorcerers and Mages with their 6 HP per level. Yeah, that's insane. That is actually challenging. One of the funny things, I think, like when newer players come to the Reddit and they're like, oh, you know, I could use some help. I'm struggling in the Privateer's Hold, which is like the tutorial dungeon. The first thing I feel like when I look at those builds is like, you just got to pump up that HP per level and you're going to feel a lot stronger at level 2 and 3 immediately against some of these early game mobs. But yeah, HP per level is so strong in Daggerfall. I think partly it's so strong because you can see how generous the resting system is in this game is. So if you can survive a encounter with an enemy, you can almost always rest. Not always, of course, but there's a good chance you can find a way to escape and rest, which is kind of cool in a way. And I was mentioning earlier, that's my theory for why they have such timed quests. Oh man, I got paralyzed again like this. Wait, does this character have anything? I do not. We might have killed ourselves. We have to go with a pacification. No. We just gotta hope to get out of this paralysis. Wow, it's so funny. I'm getting punished so hard for exploring these dungeon loot things, which is hilarious. And really cool. I really love how you can trigger an encounter by trying to open the loot boxes like that. Very cool. Oh man, the paralysis is a game changer in the roguelike mode. That was a good run though, actually. That felt good. Archer's cool, man. I really should try this class out in a proper playthrough, not just in the roguelike mode. Sorcerer's Mage, yeah, well, at least you can use a heal spell. Means little if you get one shot by late ink. Yeah. Yeah, 6 HP per level is absolutely insane. Is it fine to add mods to an already existing save? That depends on the mod. Sometimes in their descriptions, they'll mention that it's okay. You could also leave a comment and ask if you want to on their Nexus pages. But I would say in general, Daggerfall Unity is actually pretty good with adding mods to an already existing save file. I do it a lot myself, but part of that is because I don't usually care if the file has any issues. But I really don't notice any sort of serious issues when I do that. Even my recent pirate playthrough, I did it a bunch. And I did come into one issue with my Dungeons of Daggerfall mod, but I was able to easily fix it. I've never had a mod like brick a save ever in my entire time modding this game. And there are plenty of times where I've like taken 5 mods out of a file and added like 3 more. So I've done a lot of that and I've never had any issues really. I mean, the reason for time quests would be so that when one doesn't do quests, they eventually get out of the notebook. Yeah, that's a good point too. I do think it works well with the resting system though. Because if you are fighting an enemy and resting after every encounter, the dungeons are just a lot easier, right? But if your quest is timed and you only have like 30 hours to do it, well, then you got to kind of strategize a little bit on how often you rest. And depending on how good your skill is for healing per hour, then I guess your medical skill, right? Yeah. Then that gives you more time to be using these rests, investing into these rests. And if you have a lower skill, it gives you less time, which is kind of cool. So I think in that way, timed quests are actually pretty cool for Daggerfall. But yeah, definitely also to get them out of those notebooks. Otherwise, I guess there's no way to actually do that, right? Without a mod. Got to hand it to these undertakers going down to these dungeons to fetch adventurer corpses. Yeah, they are, they're definitely motivated to take me out with these dungeon loot mods. I think because dungeon loot was broken for me for so long, I did not even realize that was a thing, but I really like that. I think it's really cool. What we got this time? We got a Khajiit spell sword level 1. Oh no, that's not good. Spell swords have axe, long blade, and blunt. Destruction, illusion, alteration. That's pretty good. So we probably start with shadow form, unfortunately, yeah. If our destruction skill is a little higher, we would start with wizard's fire, which is much better. Let me catch up here. What's your take on distant terrain mod? I had it for a little bit, and I thought it looked really good, but there was a reason I took it out, and I can't remember why right now. But there was a reason. I'm trying to think if I can remember off the top of my head. I don't think it was like an issue with the mod itself, though. I don't think it caused any kind of problem, but there was something that I didn't like about it. I did cover it on the channel as well. I think I covered it in one of the monthly mod showcase videos I did. Forbidden shield types, we just can't use tower or plate, and we also get 1.5 times int. I didn't realize spell sword has pretty good advantages and disadvantages, actually, for a pre-made class. Like, this is not too restrictive. The plate's not great, but that's not terrible. The unsung heroes of the Iliac Bay. I think, yeah, I actually kind of want to explore some more of the dungeon loot openings like that because, yeah, if it works that way for coffins, it probably works that way for other cool things in different dungeons, but I'll have to see now that it's actually working again correctly. A mod just dropped early today that completely retextures many of the dungeons and make the dungeon types look different. Really? Another crazy mod drop like this? This is insane these days. I'm actually struggling to keep up, and I make Daggerfall content almost every day. This is a bad start for us with this orc. That's really cool, though. It retextures many of the mods, dungeons, that make the dungeon types look different. This guy's going to destroy us at level 1. Can't believe we got level 1 here. Is that, oh, man. We're trapped. Can I even fight this thing with iron? Probably not. That was too crazy of a startup. Yeah, completely retextures many of the dungeons to make the dungeon types look different. By retexturing, do you mean, like changing the way that the sort of like hallway interiors look? Like maybe they're like some brick designs or wood designs, or is it kind of more like how there's cave structures in some dungeons? Is it like a completely different look, or more just like changing that general hallway appearance that we generally have? I had a bug where I'd fast travel to a place and the place would not exist, like not render at all, not even the ground or anything, just a void. Valentine, are you using Dungeons of Daggerfall? Cinder became Cinders real quick. Spawning me at level 1 in front of an orc, that's diabolical. You are. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to see this issue pop up with some people. Do you also have in your Unity settings, do you also have small dungeons toggled on? Changes a lot? That's sick. I'm definitely going to check this out after the stream. Spell Sword's a good class, but that was a terrible place to be dumped into. Yeah. Haven't got the chance to test it, though. That's really cool. I mean, another really cool mod. It's like every day. I had disabled it recently. Oh, okay. So there's kind of a common issue, and I had this issue as well for the playthrough. If you have small dungeons toggled and then also have Dungeons of Daggerfall, some areas of the map get completely disappear. SquidKamer explained it to me why, but I can't remember. I think he updated the page to explain it. But yeah, if that's not your issue, I really don't know then. But I was able to help someone else with that issue that left a comment. A lot of people will keep that small dungeon toggle on, and then Dungeons of Daggerfall will have a couple issues in the world when that's like that. All right, let's do one more here. All right, which class do you guys want to see? We'll end on a good note. We could go pure chaos for the craziness. Knight is strong. I thought Knight was really strong in Roguelike. I feel like it actually might be the strongest class in Roguelike, because usually when you play Daggerfall in the context of like a proper real playthrough, you almost always have a way to deal with paralysis. But when you come into this Roguelike mode, paralysis is like probably my #1 killer. Just ended that last run, of course. But the Knight is immune to paralysis, which is nice. You could also roll High Elf, of course, randomly. But if you're not choosing High Elf for your race, then Knight is, I feel like, one of the strongest roguelike classes. I felt Ranger was really good too. Archer felt good in that last run as well. I'll probably also go live again sometime this week. And what we're going to do probably is just check out the next updates to the Druid spell mod. Because, yeah, it looks like he just recently updated it to add a couple new spells like Call Lightning. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Every time I load this guy, he's like dead from some disease or something. Yeah, paralysis is an early game killer. Yeah, absolutely. And in the roguelike mode, you can just run into anything pretty much. And if you get like a spider dungeon, that's just, you got to be on your game when it comes to the dodges. Oh, the dungeon appearance changing mod would be good for your druid playthrough if you're targeting specific types of dungeons. Yeah, that's cool. I am targeting a specific type of dungeons. I have like a rough draft in my notepad on all the sorts of concepts I'm going for with the playthrough. And I think generally for the druid playthrough, we're sticking to Eichelon. The whole playthrough is going to take place in this region. I can't leave it. That's one of the restrictions I'm making. But I'm going to identify 3 points that are like undead hotspots, and we're going to have to take them out. And I think what's really cool is that the Dungeons of Daggerfall mod by SquidKamer has a couple different custom dungeons up in Eichelon. And by custom, I mean they really look nothing like the typical Daggerfall dungeon. And actually, I could even show you, I showed it on the last stream yesterday, but I can't remember the name of it. It's like Bex something, maybe? Nah, not Bex. I probably won't be able to think of it off the top of my head, but we can look at it tomorrow. But yeah, these custom dungeons are really cool because Eichelon, I guess from the lore standpoint, is kind of focused on undead stuff. It's kind of like a cursed or somewhat cursed land, I guess. So the custom dungeons he made are really reflective of that. They just look awesome. They look like desecrated temple underground stuff with a bunch of vampires, skeletal warriors, and stuff like that. So it's like a perfect fit for the druid playthrough that's trying to deal with all the unnatural threats. Without a means of free action, it's a death sentence. Yeah, it's crazy. It's so funny how long it lasts, actually. Like along the haunted woodland? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Even some of the, I guess from the World of Daggerfall project, a lot of the actual like trees here actually do look dead, which is cool. Let me toggle God mode on so I can travel. Oh, it's already on. Okay, good. Well, yeah, even like some of the plant life is like dead or the trees are dying. Where is Stonekeep located in Dungeons of Daggerfall mod? Stonekeep. I'm not sure. Oh, Bexley is right. Yeah, thanks, Fifinger. That's exactly right. It was Bexley something. Where is Stonekeep located? Yeah, I don't know. It was definitely something like Bex. I can't remember. We'll check it out tomorrow, though. Yeah, I don't recognize Stonekeep off the top of my head. I think this might be where we end the stream, though, here today. This was a fun one. I always appreciate you guys hanging out with me, talking. I've been enjoying these live streams, though. I think I mentioned it last time, too, but they've been a lot of fun. And I'm really glad that I now have like a much better idea for the Druid playthrough with this. Thanks to some of you guys and your suggestions. Last stream, we settled on Eichelon, and we settled on some Druid playthrough concept goals that I might go with. But yeah, this week I'm going to try and get episode 1 done. We got the Eye of the Beholder mod on. Yeah, I'll try to get episode 1 of the Druid playthrough done, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. There's probably also going to be a few random streams throughout the week. If I can remember the day before or plan it, I'll set like a YouTube schedule so you guys can see it. If not, though, it'll probably just be random. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you later this week. Take care, guys.